Oh, girl, yes, a couple. Woo! If it ain't one thing, it's another with this cat. You hear me? If it ain't one thing, it is an absolute nothing. What was that noise? Oh, what I need to do. Hold on. Okay, let's hear what she have to say, and then I'm gonna hear what the other cat has to say. Then I'm gonna give me something to eat. Uh, okay, let's go, girl. Let's go.
Hello everyone, Jasmine Crockett here, and today we have a massive development that's going to shake the political world to its core.
Let's go.
7 impeachment articles have just been activated against Donald Trump, and let me tell you, this is bigger than anything we've seen before. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. Now let's dive right in. Today, history is being made. 7 impeachment articles have been formally introduced, and they're a game changer. This isn't just about politics anymore. It's about accountability, and it's about ensuring that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. But before we get into the details, let me set the stage for you. For years, we've watched as Donald Trump has dodged, weaved, and manipulated the system to his advantage.
Right.
From the Mueller report to the first impeachment trial, he's always managed to slip through the cracks. But this time, it's different. This time, the cracks are closing in and the noose is tightening. So what are these
Praise
7
God.
articles and why are they so significant? Let's break it down.
Let's go.
1, abuse of power.
Yes.
This article focuses on Trump's use of his presidential powers for personal gain, particularly his pressure on Ukraine to investigate his political rivals. The evidence here is damning, with transcripts of his phone calls and testimonies from key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill. These individuals risked their careers to tell the truth, and their bravery has brought us to this moment. 2nd, obstruction of justice. Here, we're looking at his repeated attempts to interfere with investigations, including the Mueller probe and the impeachment inquiry itself. Trump's efforts to stonewall these investigations are well documented, and the pattern of obstruction is clear. From firing FBI Director James Comey to attempting to fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller, his actions speak louder than words. 3, obstruction of Congress. Trump is accused of stonewalling congressional investigations by refusing to provide documents and blocking witness testimony. This article highlights his defiance of subpoenas and his attempts to withhold crucial information from lawmakers. His legal team's arguments have been consistently dismissed by the courts, further strengthening the case.
Oh, I know y'all lying to me. 65 people in here. Only 2 likes. Double tap the face of your screen and get the likes up. So we can hear these impeachments, because there's even more news than this. Yes. Supreme Court. Yes. But today is a day that he gonna shit all over himself. Get the double tap the face of your screen and get the likes up. Are y'all able to hear me? Is there a problem with the connection? Can y'all hear me? Baby, this is good hot tea. The tea is hot. And when I say it's hot, baby, it's hot. 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 Yeah, that hot. That type of hot. Get the lights up. Can y'all hear me? Come on. Let's start over, but get the lights up. Get the lights up. The 7, it was somebody in here earlier today talking about, I don't see where it's been activated. It is activated. There's an activation in pursuit where it's been activated. Double tap the face of your screen and get the lights up. I don't think y'all hear me. Can you hear me? Give me a one in the comment section. Maybe y'all can't hear. I don't know what's going on. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We got some good news today. Good news to so y'all can't hear me. Well, I listen.
Hello, everyone. Jasmine Crockett here, and today we have a massive development that's going to shake the political world to its core.
Yes,
7 impeachment
Lord.
articles have just been activated against Donald Trump, and let me tell you, this is bigger than anything we've
Activated.
seen before. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a
Activated.
single update. Now let's dive right in. Today, history is being made. 7 impeachment articles have been formally introduced, and they're a game changer. This isn't just about politics anymore. It's about accountability, and it's about ensuring that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. But before we get into the details, let me set the stage for you. For years, we've watched as Donald Trump has dodged, weaved, and manipulated the system to his advantage. From the Mueller report to the first impeachment trial, he's always managed to slip through the cracks. But this time, it's different. This time, the cracks are closing in and the noose is tightening. So what are these 7 articles and why
The
are they so
noose is
significant?
tightening.
Let's break it down. 1. Abuse of power. This article focuses on Trump's use of his presidential powers for personal gain, particularly his pressure on Ukraine to investigate his political rivals. The evidence here is damning, with transcripts of his phone calls and testimonies from key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill. These individuals risked their careers to tell the truth, and their bravery has brought us to this moment. Second, obstruction of justice. Here, we're looking at his repeated attempts to interfere with investigations, including the Mueller probe and the impeachment inquiry itself. Trump's efforts to stonewall these investigations are well documented, and the pattern of obstruction is clear. From firing FBI Director James Comey to attempting to fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller, his actions speak louder than words. 3. Obstruction of Congress.
y'all can't
Trump
hear
is
me.
accused of stonewalling congressional investigations by refusing to provide documents and blocking witness testimony. This article highlights his defiance of subpoenas and his attempts to withhold crucial information from lawmakers. His legal team's arguments have been consistently dismissed by the courts, further strengthening the case against him. 4th, incitement of insurrection. This article zeroes in on his role in the January 6th Capitol riot, where his rhetoric allegedly incited a mob to storm the building. The footage of that day is chilling, and Trump's words, captured on camera, leave little room for interpretation. He urged the crowd to fight like hell and never concede, and the results were catastrophic. 5th, emoluments. Clause violations. Trump is charged with using his office to enrich himself through foreign and domestic emoluments, bypassing the Constitution's restrictions. This article delves into his business dealings, including his hotels, golf courses, and other properties that have benefited from his presidency. The emoluments clause was designed to prevent exactly this kind of corruption, and Trump's actions have tested its limits. 6th, election interference. This article delves into his efforts to undermine the 2020 election results, including pressuring state officials to overturn legitimate votes. Trump's phone calls to governors and secretaries of state, urging them to find votes for him, are a stark reminder of his desperation to cling to power. These actions have been well documented, and the evidence is overwhelming. 7. Perjury and false statements. Finally, Trump is accused of repeatedly lying under oath and making false statements to investigators and the public. From his testimony in the Russia investigation to his claims about the election results, his record of deception is extensive. These false statements have undermined the integrity of our democratic institutions and eroded public trust. Each of these articles is a piece of a larger puzzle, and together they paint a picture of a president who saw his office as a personal ATM and a tool for his own agenda. But here's the kicker. These articles aren't just about Trump. They're about setting a precedent for future presidents and ensuring that the highest office in the land is held to the highest standards. Now, you might be wondering what evidence supports these articles. Well, let me tell you, the case against Trump is built on a mountain of documentation, witness testimonies, and undeniable facts. From the testimony of key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill to the detailed reports of special counsel Robert Mueller, the evidence is overwhelming. We have transcripts of Trump's phone calls, emails, and even his own tweets that incriminate him. And let's not forget the insurrection at the Capitol, where his word...
They got... Hold up. They got evidence of phone calls. He got caught slipping on the phone. Trump done got caught slipping on the phone. Oh wow.
Let me tell you, the case against Trump is built on a mountain of documentation, witness testimonies, and undeniable facts. From the testimony of key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill to the detailed reports of special counsel Robert Mueller, the evidence is overwhelming. We have transcripts of Trump's phone calls, emails, and even his own tweets that incriminate him. And let's not forget the insurrection at the Capitol, where his words were caught on camera, urging the crowd to fight like hell and never concede. The evidence is irrefutable, and the articles are backed by concrete facts. This isn't about politics. It's about the rule of law, and it's about ensuring that justice is served. So what does this mean for Trump? And more importantly, what does it mean for the country? Well, let's start with Trump. These impeachment articles could lead to his removal from office if he were still in power. But more significantly, they could bar him from holding future office. That's right, folks. This could be the end of Trump's political career.
Make sure to get the cabinet.
Far beyond Trump. This impeachment process is a test for our democracy, a chance to show the world that no one is above the law, not even a former president. It's an opportunity to restore faith in our institutions and to send a clear message that corruption and abuse of power will not be tolerated. Of course, the reactions to this news have been swift and varied. On one hand, you have Trump's supporters, who are already crying foul and claiming this is a witch hunt. On the other, you have those who see this as a long overdue step towards justice. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. This is a pivotal moment in our political history, and it's going to shape the narrative for years to come. So what do you think? Are these impeachment articles justified, or is this just another political stunt? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's have a discussion. Now, let's talk about what comes next. The road ahead is going to be bumpy, and there are going to be challenges at every turn. Trump's legal team is already gearing up for a fight, and we can expect a lot of pushback and delays. But despite the obstacles, one thing is certain. The wheels of justice are in motion, and they're not going to stop. This impeachment process is going to be thorough, and it's going to be fair. And at the end of the day, the truth will prevail. So what can you do? How can you be a part of this historic moment? Well, for starters, stay informed. Follow the developments closely, and don't let the mainstream media spin this story in their favor. Read the articles, watch the hearings, and most importantly, use your voice. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. Share this video, and let's start a conversation, because at the end of the day, it's up to us, the people, to hold our leaders accountable and to ensure that justice is served. So, are you with me? Let's make history together. To truly understand the significance of these impeachment articles, we need to look at the historical context. Impeachment is a rare and serious measure, and it has only been used a handful of times in our nation's history. The first presidential impeachment was of Andrew Johnson in 1868, followed by Richard Nixon in 1974, who resigned before he could be impeached, and Bill Clinton in 1998. Trump's first impeachment in 2019 was the third. And now, with these 7 articles, we're witnessing something unprecedented. Each of these impeachments has been a reflection of the political climate and the challenges faced by our democracy. Johnson's impeachment was about Reconstruction and the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. Nixon's was about the Watergate scandal and the erosion of public trust. Clinton's was about personal misconduct and the blurring of lines between public and private life. And Trump's first impeachment was about abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Now, with these 7 articles, we're entering uncharted territory. The sheer number and breadth of the charges against Trump are unlike anything we've seen before. It's a testament to the severity of the allegations and the depth of the evidence supporting them. Let's break down the legal process that lies ahead. The House of Representatives has introduced these articles, but for Trump to be impeached, the articles must be voted on and passed by the full House. If a majority of House members vote in favor of any article, Trump will be impeached on that charge. This is a significant step, as it would mark the first time a former president has faced such a thorough and comprehensive impeachment process. Once the House votes to impeach, the articles will be sent to the Senate for a trial. The Senate will act as the jury, and the Chief Justice of the United States will preside over the proceedings. Trump will have the right to a defense team, and both sides will present their cases. Witnesses may be called, and new evidence could emerge during the trial. The Senate will then vote on each article of impeachment. A 2/3 majority is required to convict Trump on any charge. If he is convicted, the Senate can then vote on whether to bar him from holding future office. This is a critical point, as it could effectively end Trump's political career and prevent him from running for president again. The political landscape surrounding these impeachment articles is complex and charged. Democrats see this as a moment of accountability, a chance to hold Trump responsible for his actions and to send a clear message about the consequences of abusing power. For them, these articles are about upholding the Constitution and ensuring that no one is above the law. Republicans, on the other hand, are divided. Some see these articles as a partisan attack, a continuation of the witch hunt narrative that has been a staple of Trump's presidency. They argue that the impeachment process is being used as a political tool to undermine Trump and his supporters. Others, however, recognize the severity of the charges and the strength of the evidence, and they are calling for a fair and thorough investigation. The public's reaction is equally divided. Trump's base remains fiercely loyal, viewing these articles as an assault on their chosen leader and a sign of the deep state at work. They see Trump as a victim of a rigged system and a target of those who fear his influence. On the other side, many Americans see these articles as a necessary step towards justice, a way to hold a powerful figure accountable for his actions and to restore faith in our democratic institutions. The implications of these impeachment articles extend far beyond our borders. The world is watching closely, and the outcome of this process will have significant repercussions on the global stage. Alliances, trade deals, and international relations could be affected by how the United States handles this situation. Our allies are paying close attention, looking to see if the U.S. can uphold its democratic values and the rule of law, even in the face of such a high-profile and controversial figure. They are interested in how we balance the need for accountability with the stability of our political system. Our actions could either strengthen or weaken our standing on the world stage, depending on how we navigate this complex and delicate process. Meanwhile, our adversaries are eager to exploit any perceived weaknesses or divisions within our government. They may use this situation to undermine our credibility, to drive wedges between our allies, or to advance their own agendas. It's crucial that we handle this impeachment process with the utmost care and transparency so that the world sees us as a nation of laws, not of men. The media plays a crucial role in shaping public perception and understanding of these impeachment articles, how the story is framed, what aspects are emphasized, and whose voices are heard can significantly influence how the public views the process and the charges against Trump. Mainstream media outlets are providing extensive coverage, analyzing the articles, and interviewing legal experts, politicians, and ordinary citizens to get a range of perspectives. They are also scrutinizing the evidence, examining the legal precedents, and exploring the potential outcomes of the impeachment process. This level of scrutiny is essential for an informed public and a fair trial. However, the media landscape is also fraught with bias and spin. Some outlets are clearly aligned with one political party or another, and their coverage reflects that bias. It's up to the public to be discerning, to seek out multiple sources, and to form their own opinions based on the facts presented. We must be critical consumers of information, questioning the motives behind the stories and looking for consistency and credibility in the reporting. Your voice matters more than ever in this historic moment. The impeachment process is ultimately about the people, and it's our duty to engage, to question, and to demand transparency and accountability. We have the power to shape the narrative, to influence the outcome, and to ensure that justice is served. So, what can you do? First, educate yourself. Read the articles, watch the hearings, and listen to the testimonies. Don't rely on secondhand information or biased sources. Seek out the primary documents and the unfiltered statements. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the key to making an informed decision. Second, engage in the conversation. Talk to your friends, your family, your colleagues, and your neighbors. Share your thoughts and listen to theirs. Debate the issues, challenge each other's assumptions, and strive for a deeper understanding of the complexities involved. Social media can be a powerful tool for amplifying your voice and reaching a wider audience. Third, hold your representatives accountable. Contact your members of Congress, express your opinions, and demand that they act in the best interests of the country. Write letters, make phone calls, and attend town hall meetings. Let them know that you are paying attention and that you expect them to do their job with integrity and impartiality. This impeachment process is more than just a legal battle. It's a test for our democracy. It's an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the rule of law, to transparency, and to the principle that no one is above the law. How we handle this situation will define us as a nation and set a precedent for future generations. If we succeed in holding Trump accountable, we send a strong message that corruption and abuse of power will not be tolerated. We demonstrate that our democratic institutions are robust enough to withstand such challenges and that they can adapt and evolve to meet the needs of a changing world. We show the world that the United States is a beacon of justice and a model for democratic governance. But if we fail, if we let politics and partisanship...
Hold on, y'all. Oh, get the likes up. Double tap the face of your screen. Or hit the three dots at the top right.
Congress, express your opinions, and demand that they act in the best interests of the country. Write letters, make phone calls, and attend town hall meetings. Let them know that you are paying attention and that you expect them to do their job with integrity and impartiality. This impeachment process is more than just a legal battle. It's a test for our democracy. It's an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the rule of law, to transparency, and to the principle that no one is above the law. How we handle this situation will define us as a nation and set a precedent for future generations. If we succeed in holding Trump accountable, we send a strong message that corruption and abuse of power will not be tolerated. We demonstrate that our democratic institutions are robust enough to withstand such challenges and that they can adapt and evolve to meet the needs of a changing world. We show the world that the United States is a beacon of justice and a model for democratic governance. But if we fail, if we let politics and partisanship overshadow the pursuit of truth and justice, we risk undermining the very foundations of our democracy. We risk eroding public trust, deepening divisions, and opening the door to further abuses of power. We risk becoming a nation where the powerful can act with impunity and where the rule of law is reduced to a mere suggestion. For many of us, this impeachment process is personal. It's about more than just politics. It's about our values, our beliefs, and our vision for the future of our country. It's about the kind of leaders we want to elect, the kind of government we want to have, and the kind of society we want to build. If you're a parent, you might be thinking about the world you want to leave for your children. Do you want them to grow up in a country where power is wielded without consequence, where corruption is the norm and where justice is a luxury reserved for the few? Or do you want them to inherit a nation where the rule of law is sacred, where accountability is the norm, and where every voice matters? If you're a veteran, you might be reflecting on the sacrifices you've made to defend our democratic values. You might be wondering if those values are still worth fighting for, if they are still being upheld by those in power. This impeachment process is a chance to reaffirm those values, to honor your service, and to ensure that your sacrifices were not in vain. If you're a student, an activist, or someone who cares deeply about the future of our country, you might be seeing this as a defining moment, a crossroads in our nation's history. You might be asking yourself what role you can play, what difference you can make, and how you can be a part of this historic process. Your energy, your passion, and your commitment are essential to driving this movement forward and ensuring that our democracy thrives. The road to justice is never easy, and it's certainly not smooth. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. Trump's legal team will fight tooth and nail, using every tactic and loophole at their disposal. They will attempt to delay, to distract, and to divide, but we must remain steadfast, focused, and united in our pursuit of truth and accountability. We must demand transparency at every step of the process. We must insist on a fair and impartial trial, where the evidence is presented without bias and where the facts are allowed to speak for themselves. We must hold our representatives accountable, ensuring that they act in the best interests of the country and not for political gain. And we must support each other, lifting each other up when the road to justice is never easy, and it's certainly not smooth. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. Trump's legal team will fight tooth and nail, using every tactic and loophole at their disposal. They will attempt to delay, to distract, and to divide. But we must remain steadfast, focused, and united in our pursuit of truth and accountability. We must demand transparency at every step of the process. We must insist on a fair and impartial trial, where the evidence is presented without bias and where the facts are allowed to speak for themselves. We must hold our representatives accountable, ensuring that they act in the best interests of the country and not for political gain. And we must support each other, lifting each other up when the journey becomes tough. This is a collective effort, and it's going to take all of us working together to see this through to the end. So let's roll up our sleeves, put our differences aside, and focus on what truly matters: justice, truth, and the future of our democracy. While we're talking about politics and power, let's not forget the human cost of all this. The people who have come forward to testify, the whistleblowers, the witnesses, they've risked their careers, their reputations, and even their safety to tell the truth. Their courage is inspiring, and their stories are a reminder of the personal sacrifices made in the name of justice. Take Alexander Vindman, for example. He's a decorated Army officer who served his country with distinction. When he saw something wrong, he had the integrity to speak up, even though it cost him his job and his career. His testimony was crucial in building the case against Trump, and his bravery should be commended, not condemned. Or consider Fiona Hill, a respected Russia expert who served as the National Security Council's senior director for European and Russian affairs. She too risked everything to tell the truth, providing detailed and damning testimony about Trump's actions. Her story is a testament to the power of truth and the importance of standing up for what's right, even in the face of immense pressure. These individuals and many others like them have put their lives on hold, endured endless scrutiny, and faced relentless attacks from Trump and his supporters. They've done this because they believe in the integrity of our democratic institutions and the rule of law. Their stories deserve to be heard, and their sacrifices deserve to be honored. As we navigate this complex and challenging process, there are several important lessons we can learn. First and foremost, we must remember that power, when unchecked, can lead to corruption and abuse.
Absolutely.
Trump's presidency has been a stark reminder of this, and it's a lesson we must carry forward into the future. We also learn the importance of a free and independent press. The media has played a crucial role in uncovering the truth.
Okay, it's 159 people in here and only 28 likes. That will not work. With such great news, every last one of y'all should have been hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Share the live. This is absolutely great news. Hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Double tap. Hit the 3 dots at the top right. Do whatever you need to do. But get the likes up. This is the closest. The absolute closest. We have received, what? This is the closest that we have been to getting justice and getting his ass out of office. Dump the Trump. Dump the Trump. Absolutely. Because there's more good news after this. It don't stop right here. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it.
In holding those in power accountable and in keeping the public informed. Without a vibrant and diverse media landscape, we would be at the mercy of those who seek to control the narrative and manipulate the facts. Furthermore, we learn the value of civic engagement and participation when we, the people, get involved, when we demand transparency and accountability, when we use our voices and our votes, we can make a difference. We can shape the course of our nation and ensure that our democracy remains strong and resilient. So, where do we go from here? How do we ensure that this impeachment process leads to new...
U.S. attorneys, can you explain what that news is?
I told you about Alina Habba. Yeah, she resigned. Alina Habba resigned.
Resignation, Brian, gives it more weight than.
Oh, did she get fired?
Alina Habba has been disqualified from.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's keep going. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. Oh yeah, get the likes up, y'all. Double tap. Double tap. Get the likes up. Major news. Get the likes up. Let's go.
Meaningful change and a stronger, more just democracy. The answer lies in our collective action and our unwavering commitment to the principles of truth, justice, and accountability. We must continue to engage, to educate ourselves, and to hold our leaders accountable. We must demand transparency, insist on fairness, and support those who have the courage to speak truth to power. We must also work to strengthen our democratic institutions, to reform our electoral system, and to ensure that every voice is heard and every vote counts. And we must never forget the lessons of this moment, the sacrifices made, and the principles at stake. We must carry them forward, passing them on to future generations so that they too can understand the importance of a democracy that is truly of, by, and for the people. In conclusion, the activation of these 7 impeachment articles against Donald Trump is a pivotal moment in our nation's history. It's a test of our democracy, a chance to reaffirm our commitment to the rule of law, and an opportunity to send a clear message that no one is above the law. The road ahead is uncertain and the challenges are great, but with unity, determination, and a shared vision of a just and equitable society, we can overcome them. We can hold Trump accountable, restore faith in our institutions, and build a future where power is wielded with responsibility and justice is served without fear or favor. So let's roll up our sleeves, stand tall, and face this historic moment together. Let's make our voices heard, our actions count, and our democracy stronger than ever. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about Trump, it's about us, and it's about the kind of country we want to be. Thank you for
Mrs.
watching,
Tom.
everyone. I hope this video has given...
Hold on. It don't stop. Rock it, don't stop it. Rockin' don't stop. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, she has a senator. Let's go. Y'all ready for the party? Party. Y'all get the lights up. Party. We got a party going on over here. What? You back? Let's go. Let's go. Get up on the dance floor. Let's go. Let's hear this. Let's hear this. Let's hear this. Let's go. Ain't no party like a CNN party. Ain't no party like a CNN party. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get the lights up, y'all. Somebody scream. Yeah, let's go. Ain't no party like a CNN party. Ain't no party like a CNN party. Jasmine Crockett announcement. Woo! Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Ain't no party like a CNN party. We in this thing. We in this thing. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. uh, uh, uh. Y'all double tap. Alina Hobble resigned. Trump got 7 impeachments have been activated. Oh yeah, that's good news. And the Supreme Court gave his ass some bad news too. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. While we waiting on the party. Shake your booty, shake your booty. Let's go, let's go.
She already had to like sign up, so it's already official. They should be here at this time saying it. Kind of lackluster now.
Ain't no part of it. Well, impeachment. Oh, you missed it? You missed it? You missed the impeachment? Mother, Mrs. Oh, wow. Oh, it's a couple of things. Okay, so while we wait for the impeachment, while we waiting on the party, hold on. Okay, so while we waiting, hold on. I'm gonna have 2. Don't nobody tell me. Don't nobody tell me. I hear 2 things. 2 things going on. I'm gonna tell you that now. Hold on. Back the thing up. Back that thing up. Back the thing up. Hold on. That's Groove tonight.
Hello everyone, Jasmine Crockett here, and today we have a massive development
Can you
that's
hear?
going to shake the political world to its core.
Can you hear, Miss
7
Tom?
impeachment articles have just been activated against Donald Trump. And let me
Activated.
tell you, this is bigger than anything we've seen before. If you're new here, don't forget to hit
Get the
that
lights
subscribe
up.
button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. Now let's dive right in. Today, history is being made. 7 impeachment articles have been formally introduced, and they're a game changer. This isn't just about politics anymore. It's about accountability, and it's about ensuring that no one, not even a former president, is above the law. But before we get into the details, let me set the stage for you. For years, we've watched
It's
as
a
Donald
party
Trump
going on,
has
girl.
dodged, used, and manipulated the system to his advantage. From the Mueller report to the first impeachment trial, he's always managed to slip through the cracks. But this time, it's different. This time, the cracks are closing in and the noose is tightening. So what are these 7 articles and why are they so significant? Let's break it down. 1. Abuse of power. This article focuses on Trump's use of his presidential powers for personal gain, particularly his pressure on Ukraine to investigate his political rivals. The evidence here is damning, with transcripts of his phone calls and testimonies from key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill. These individuals risked their careers to tell the truth, and their bravery has brought us to this moment. 2nd, obstruction of justice. Here, we're looking at his repeated attempts to interfere with investigations, including the Mueller probe and the impeachment inquiry itself. Trump's efforts to stonewall these investigations are well documented, and the pattern of obstruction is clear. From firing FBI Director James Comey to attempting to fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller, his actions speak louder than words. 3. Obstruction of Congress. Trump is accused of stonewalling congressional investigations by refusing to provide documents and blocking witness testimony. This article highlights his defiance of subpoenas and his attempts to withhold crucial information from lawmakers. His legal team's arguments have been consistently dismissed by the courts, further strengthening the case against him. 4th, incitement of insurrection. This article zeroes in on his role in the January 6th Capitol riot, where his rhetoric allegedly incited a mob to storm the building. The footage of that day is chilling, and Trump's words, captured on camera, leave little room for interpretation. He urged the crowd to fight like hell and never concede, and the results were catastrophic. 5th, emoluments. Clause violations. Trump is charged with using his office to enrich himself through foreign and domestic emoluments, bypassing the Constitution's restrictions. This article delves into his business dealings, including his hotels, golf courses, and other properties that have benefited from his presidency. The emoluments clause was designed to prevent exactly this kind of corruption, and Trump's actions have tested its limits. 6th, election interference. This article delves into his efforts to undermine the 2020 election results, including pressuring state officials to overturn legitimate votes. Trump's phone calls to governors and secretaries of state, urging them to find votes for him, are a stark reminder of his desperation to cling to power. These actions have been well documented, and the evidence is overwhelming. 7, perjury and false statements. Finally, Trump is accused of repeatedly lying under oath and making false statements to investigators and the public. From his testimony in the Russia investigation to his claims about the election results, his record of deception is extensive. These false statements have undermined the integrity of our democratic institutions and eroded public trust. Each of these articles is a piece of a larger puzzle, and together they paint a picture of a president who saw his office as a personal ATM and a tool for his own agenda. But here's the kicker. These articles aren't just about Trump. They're about setting a precedent for future presidents and ensuring that the highest office in the land is held to the highest standards. Now, you might be wondering what evidence supports these articles. Well, let me tell you, the case against Trump is built on a mountain of documentation, witness testimonies, and undeniable facts. From the testimony of key witnesses like Alexander Vindman and Fiona Hill to the detailed reports of Special Counsel Robert Mueller, the evidence is overwhelming. We have transcripts of Trump's phone calls, emails, and even his own tweets that incriminate him. And let's not forget the insurrection at the Capitol, where his words were caught on camera, urging the crowd to fight like hell and never concede. The evidence is irrefutable, and the articles are backed by concrete facts. This isn't about politics, it's about the rule of law, and it's about ensuring that justice is served. So what does this mean for Trump? And more importantly, what does it mean for the country? Well, let's start with Trump. These impeachment articles could lead to his removal from office if he were still in power. But more significantly, they could bar him from holding future office. That's right, folks. This could be the end of Trump's political career. But the impact goes far beyond Trump. This impeachment process is a test for our democracy, a chance to show the world that no one is above the law, not even a former president. It's an opportunity to restore faith in our institutions and to send a clear message that corruption and abuse of power will not be tolerated. Of course, the reactions to this news have been swift and varied. On one hand, you have Trump's supporters, who are already crying foul and claiming this is a witch hunt. On the other, you have those who see this as a long overdue step towards justice. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. This is a pivotal moment in our political history, and it's going to shape the narrative for years to come. So what do you think? Are these impeachment articles justified, or is this just another political stunt? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's have a discussion. Now, let's talk about what comes next. The road ahead is going to be bumpy, and there are going to be challenges at every turn. Trump's legal team is already gearing up for a fight, and we can expect a lot of pushback and delays. But despite the obstacles, one thing is certain. The wheels of justice are in motion, and they're not going to stop. This impeachment process is going to be thorough, and it's going to be fair. And at the end of the day, the truth will prevail. So what can you do? How can you be a part of this historic moment? Well, for starters, stay informed. Follow the developments closely, and don't let the mainstream media spin this story in their favor. Read the articles, watch the hearings, and most importantly, use your voice. Talk to your friends, your family, your neighbors. Share this video, and let's start a conversation, because at the end of the day, it's up to us, the people, to hold our leaders accountable and to ensure that justice is served. So, are you with me? Let's make history together. To truly understand the significance of these impeachment articles, we need to look at the historical context. Impeachment is a rare and serious measure, and it has only been used a handful of times in our nation's history. The first presidential impeachment was of Andrew Johnson in 1868, followed by Richard Nixon in 1974, who resigned before he could be impeached, and Bill Clinton in 1998. Trump's first impeachment in 2019 was the third. And now, with these 7 articles, we're witnessing something unprecedented. Each of these impeachments has been a reflection of the political climate and the challenges faced by our democracy. Johnson's impeachment was about Reconstruction and the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. Nixon's was about the Watergate scandal and the erosion of public trust. Clinton's was about personal misconduct and the blurring of lines between public and private life. And Trump's...
Brian, can you hear me?
Mic check, mic check. Hold on.
Yeah, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are here. Okay. You want me to call you Q, or you just gonna stay up there? Okay. And I'm not moving. So, Brian, y'all can stay on me until the all red video.
Okay, they not ready.
Stay on me until the all red video. Until I mention calling all red.
Okay, they not ready yet. They coming though. Let's go back over here.
Hey, did
First
you Adam
impeachment
Sam
was
was just
about
doing a live
abuse of
picture?
power and obstruction
Are
of
you hearing this,
Congress.
Brian?
Now, with these 7 articles, we're entering uncharted territory. The sheer number and
I
breadth
told
of
you
the
it was a lot
charges
going
against
on.
Trump
Just
are
said
unlike
we're just gonna do
anything
live
we've seen
picture?
before. It's a testament to the severity of the allegations and the depth of the evidence supporting them. Let's break down the legal process that lies ahead. The House of Representatives has introduced these articles, but for Trump to be impeached, the articles must be voted on and passed by the full
Not doing a
House.
shot?
If a majority of House members vote in favor of any article, Trump will be impeached on that charge. This is a significant step, as it would mark the first time a former president has faced such a thorough and comprehensive impeachment process. once the House votes to impeach. The articles will be sent to the Senate for a trial. The Senate will act as the jury, and the Chief Justice of the United States will preside over the proceedings. Trump will have the right to a defense team, and both sides will present their cases.
And on that note,
Witnesses
let's
may be
get
called,
started.
and new evidence
Ladies
could
and
emerge during the
gentlemen,
trial.
let's give a
The Senate
warm
will
Dallas
then vote
welcome
on
to
each
Houston
article of
City
impeachment.
Council member Tiffany Thomas.
Fall of 1980s. Come let's still I drop lazy. None of that maybe. Energy.
Energy! Hey! Yeah! Are y'all ready for some Texas tough energy tonight?
Yes.
So before we move on with our program and hear from our speakers and our Jasmine Crockett, I want to know who's in the house. Is Texas in the house today? Are Democrats in the house today? I'm Houston City Councilmember Tiffany D. Thomas, and I came all the way from H-Town to be with you, H-Town, to be with you in this moment because we are witnessing a moment because Texas deserves Jasmine Crockett. And she can win. Now, we may know her as the gentle lady of Texas, but I know her as friend. I know her as sister. But the United States of America knows her as our fighter. She is fighting against fascism in D.C. She's our voice when she's speaking truth to power. And not just speaking truth to power, she'll even shake the power table every once in a while to make sure that people like you and I have a seat in the room. And now she's standing for something higher.
Let's go.
She's standing for something higher, not just for herself, but for the people of Texas. She has spoken when her voice quivered. She has stood boldly in front of criticism.
Who
Even when her
confused?
knees wobbled. And so now I'm letting you
Well,
know
if
that
you
I'm standing
confused,
with Jasmine.
Jason,
Who
get
else
out.
in the room is standing with
If you
Jasmine?
confused, why you here? Not when the
Now, I know we have a list of speakers.
Oh,
and I would be
Lord.
remiss if I did not acknowledge that sometimes this
You
place
better go
is
do
used
y'all
as a
research.
church
Don't be
because I
mad.
take my seat, I
Y'all
want you to
time
touch
is up.
three neighbors and say she can win.
She can win.
She can win. She can win. She can win. She can win.
Trump fired
The
who?
church said amen.
All right, for the council member. Next up, let's welcome our next speaker, Miss Carla Gates, accompanied by members of the Dallas Lone Star National Association.
Let's
of
go.
Letter Carriers.
It's
Local
already
Branch
been
132.
activated, baby.
Let's give it
The
up for
7 impeachments have already been activated. Ain't shit y'all can do about it. And the Democratic, and that who's that? And Alina Habba is
Jasmine
out.
Crockett. Man, what can I say about that woman, Jasmine Crockett? My friend. How's everybody this evening? I know we have 2 minutes, but it's going to take more than 2 minutes for what I have to say about this woman right here. But I need to introduce myself. My name is Miss Carla Gates. I am the widow of the late Eugene Gates, who was the mayor carrier that passed back in 2023. I'm sure everyone remember that story. I don't want to go in detail, but my husband, he passed in a homeowner's yard when the temperature was 119 degrees here in Dallas, working for the Postal Service of 36 years. So after having to go through that, Jasmine Crockett was the first public official that contacted me to give her condolences for me and my family. And when I say she was the first person to contact me, and keep in mind, it's been almost 3 years and I'm still waiting on the Postal Service, from the Postal Service to contact me. But that's a different story for a different time. You know, this is for our Jasmine Crockett. But neither to say, Jasmine Crockett has been there for me since the beginning and the end. When me and her first talked, she told me, I am going to fight for you. And I am going to fight for others so no one else have to go through what I had to go through. I believe, Jasmine, God put us together for a reason because I am a fighter and she is a fighter too. I'm loud and I'm going to say what I have to say because I'm at that age now where I can say what I want to say without holding anything back. You know, people want you to speak the truth, but when you speak the truth, they don't want to hear it. So Jasmine stayed with me. When I needed assistance with the government, I didn't know where to go. And I remembered I have sources. Jasmine Crockett. I immediately contacted Jasmine Crockett, got everything that I needed done. It was pushed, it was pushed, it was pushed. This woman helped me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I am speaking for Carla Gates, that I could testify that God brought her to me when I needed somebody the most that was
Praise
in public
God.
official to help me go against the government. Amen.
Amen.
But I thank God. I thank God for our friendship. We developed a friendship that is still to this day. It's been almost 3 years. Me and her staff, we continually stay in contact with each other. She does a lot of community service events, and I'm there with them. I tell them, I say, hey, I'm part of y'all. She care about the people. She care about our well-being. She care about the community. It's not about money with her. It's about what can we do to make it better for us as a community. We need someone like that that look out for us.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bless you.
help us welcome this amazing duo, Libby and Cecilia Gonzalez.
Hi, I'm Libby Gonzalez.
Hi, I'm Cecilia and I'm Libby's sister, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you today and tell you why I love Jasmine so much. When I was 8 years old, I spent several days in
I
her
can't
office
hear her.
learning a lot about what happens in the Texas legislature.
She's speaking low.
Her staff let me help with some projects. I did office work with my mom, and that was the year I testified for the first time. It was during COVID and a really challenging time for me and all kids in school. But I also got to experience something that many kids never get to see firsthand. I learned that in the Texas legislature, my representative would be fighting for all school kids like me. So when Jasmine was elected to Congress, I was the first to ask my parents if I could be there for her swearing in. Not long after that, I asked Jasmine to come to my school. I was so excited that my teachers let me introduce her to all of my classmates. She made it so fun to learn about how the government works, and she divided the classes into the House and the Senate. She taught us how to debate legislation that we made up, and we even elected our first woman president, my best friend Katie. She then got to decide if she wanted to veto or sign legislation, and she signed it and everyone lost their minds cheering. My friends still talk about how much fun they had that day. There's no one like Jasmine. You may not always see it online or in the news, but she's the baddie we want representing us right now, and that's why I love her so much.
Hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. My family and I have been fighting anti-LGBTQ legislation in Texas and the country for most of my life. It's a really hard and scary time to be a trans kid in this country with the insane lies and political attacks targeting us when we just want to live our lives. The moment I met Jasmine many years ago, I knew that she would never trade my humanity for political gains. I'm only 15 years old, and we've already been through a lot together. In the 2021 legislative session, she opened her office as a safe space not only to my family, but to all families like ours as we were being harassed in the Capitol. In a moment, that felt really scary, but she made sure that we were safe, heard, and fed. It's the thing I love most about Jasmine. She doesn't back down when it comes to fighting and defending the rights of the many diverse communities in Congressional District 30 and all of Texas. Living in this moment that feels really scary most days, it's easy to feel like no one's coming to save us. No one's coming to protect kids.
Hey, we are the receipts.
Especially
Yeah, I know
those
this is
who
her.
vote
This
here.
is her rally.
Jasmine will be the first to tell you that we are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the receipts. Did you see where she also
But I'm here to tell you
brought
that
us
we
these
need a
7
leader with the heart,
indictments
passion, and
have been
conviction
activated on Trump
and love
impeachment?
that Jasmine has for all Texans. There's no one in the world I would trust more to defend the most vulnerable in our state behind closed
Y'all get the
doors
lights up.
Cameras are not rolling. I've watched
Yeah,
Jasmine
she
work
has
for
brought
6
this,
years and
has
empower
activated
many people
impeachment.
around her and the communities she represents
Yeah,
to be able to show up
it's right
and fight
here.
for the
As soon
rights
as this
of communities.
ends, when Jasmine come out,
We're
I'll get
so
back
proud
to it.
support Jasmine and are here today to ask
I'm
each and
honored
every one
too.
of you to show up in your communities and be a Jasmine in this moment. We need that person that will show up for the most vulnerable, the voiceless, the folks in rural Texas.
I
our
kept pushing
cities.
her. Awesome.
Let's show the nation
Thank you for
let's
the
show our
push.
nation that like Jasmine,
I
all
need
of
to
us
send
in
you
Texas value
some
diversity
gems
across
and
our
jewels.
communities. We stand up for voting
Hey,
rights,
Dorothy.
reproductive health care, the LGBTQ community, and every single marginalized Texan among us. Let's do this!
Let's do this. Come on.
Next, we're proud to welcome to the stage Mr. Hafiz Khan.
Oh, come on now. Thank you for the floating hearts. Hey, till the world glow.
Thank you. My name is Hafiz Khan, and I'm a businessman here from Dallas. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, I dig all that.
Stand here today.
I'm gonna keep it on over here, y'all, till she come out. Let's get back over here to this impeachment.
Brilliance and
Is that all right with y'all?
have created a powerful ripple far beyond Texas.
Is that all right?
What I admire
Get the
most
lights
about
up.
her is how naturally Jasmine
A two-thirds
leads with
majority is
honesty
required to convict Trump on any charge. If he is convicted, the Senate can then vote on whether to bar him.
in her
It's up
belief.
to us, the people, to hold our
inspired
leaders
trust.
accountable and to ensure that justice is served. So,
I
are
keep
you
my
with me?
eye on her
Let's
coming
make
out.
history together. To truly
As you know, my
understand the
friends,
significance of these impeachment articles, we need to look at the historical context. Impeachment is a rare and serious measure, and it has only been used a handful of times in our nation's history. The first presidential impeachment was of Andrew Johnson in 1868, followed by Richard Nixon in 1974, who resigned before he could be impeached, and Bill Clinton in 1998. Trump's first impeachment in 2019 was the third. And now, with these 7 articles, we're witnessing something unprecedented.
7
Each of
articles.
these impeachments has been a reflection
I told
of the
y'all.
political climate and the challenges faced by our democracy. Johnson's impeachment was about reconstruction and the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. Nixon's was about the Watergate scandal and the erosion of public trust. Clinton's was about
Y'all get the
personal
lights up.
misconduct and the blurring of lines between public and private life. And Trump's first impeachment was about abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Now, with these 7 articles, we're entering uncharted territory. The sheer number and breadth of the charges against Trump are unlike anything we've seen before. It's a testament to the severity of the allegations and the depth of the evidence supporting them. Let's break down the legal process that lies ahead. The House of Representatives has introduced these articles, but for Trump to be impeached, the articles must be voted on and passed by the full House.
Impeach.
If a majority of House members vote in favor of any article, Trump will be
billion
impeached on that charge.
Cabinet
This is a
And he
significant
up
step
for
as it would
indictment.
mark the first time
I
a
can't
former
wait to get
president
bring
has
y'all that.
faced
Get the lights
such a
up.
thorough
We have
and
almost
comprehensive
1,000 million
impeachment
here.
process.
And the top
Once the House
guy
votes
is
to
about to
impeach,
be
the articles
$1
will be sent to the
next
Senate for a trial. The Senate will act
Imagine
as the jury,
the
and the
country
Chief
is
Justice of
getting
the United
poorer.
States will preside over the
Country is
proceedings.
not getting
Trump will have the
richer.
right to a defense team, and both sides will present their cases. Witnesses may be called, and new evidence could emerge during the trial. The Senate will then vote on each article of impeachment. A two-thirds majority is required to convict Trump on any charge. If he is convicted, the Senate can then vote on whether to bar him from holding future office. This is a critical point as it could effectively end
Bar
Trump's
him.
political career and prevent
Our
him
next
from running for
speaker
president
has
again.
served in the Texas
The political
legislature
landscape surrounding these
and now is the
impeachment
county
articles is
commissioner in Harris
complex and
County.
charged.
Please
Democrats
welcome
see this
all the
as a
way from
moment of
H-Town,
accountability,
Commissioner
a chance to
Rodney
hold Trump
Ellis.
Hold
responsible
on.
for
Let
his
me cut that
actions
down.
and to send a clear message about the consequences of
We
abusing power.
can win
For
this
them,
race.
these articles are about upholding the
I have watched
Constitution
Jasmine
and ensuring
Crockett.
that no one is above the law. Republicans, on the other hand, are divided. Some see these articles as
Y'all
a
get the
partisan
lights up.
attack, a continuation of the witch hunt narrative that has been a staple of Trump's presidency. They argue that the impeachment process is being used as a political tool to undermine Trump and his supporters. Others, however, recognize the severity of the charges and the strength of the evidence, and they are calling for a fair and thorough investigation. The public's reaction is equally divided. Trump's base remains fiercely loyal,
Ooh, somebody
viewing these
mad.
articles as an assault on their chosen leader and a sign of the deep state at work. They see Trump as a victim of a rigged system and a target of those who fear his influence. On the other side, many Americans see these articles as a necessary step towards justice, a way to hold a powerful figure accountable for his actions and to restore faith in our democratic institutions. The implications of these impeachment articles extend far beyond our borders. The world is watching closely, and the outcome of this process will have significant repercussions on the global stage. Alliances, trade deals, and international relations.
J-Rad 1095 put in my comments, hey, sending all your BS on here to Trump legal team. See if you're smiling by the end of the week. Somebody mad. Somebody mad. Bye, boy. Woo! Somebody mad. Yeah.
Could be affected by how the United States handles this situation. Our allies are paying close attention, looking to see if the U.S. can uphold its democratic values and the rule of law, even in the face of such a high-profile and controversial figure.
Him
They
mad.
are interested in how we
She
balance
mad.
accountability with the stability of our political system. Our actions could either strengthen or weaken our standing on the world stage, depending on how we.
They didn't like
navigate
that
this
down
complex
on your
political process.
knees.
Meanwhile,
Begging
our
you,
adversaries are
please.
eager to exploit any perceived weaknesses or divisions within our government. They may use this situation to undermine our credibility, to drive wedges between our allies, or to advance their own agendas. It's crucial that we handle this impeachment process with the utmost care and transparency,
it must
so
be
that the world sees us as
real.
a
You didn't
nation
think
of
somebody
laws,
had
not
it?
of men. The media plays a crucial role in shaping public perception and understanding of these impeachment articles. How the story is framed, what aspects are emphasized, and whose voices are amplified can significantly influence how the public views the process and the charges against Trump. Mainstream media outlets are providing extensive coverage,
She
analyzing the
pulled the
articles,
Dems
and interviewing legal experts,
documents on
politicians, and
Melania.
ordinary citizens to get a range of perspectives.
Melania.
They are also
What they say?
scrutinizing the evidence, examining the legal
Was it a
precedents,
lot of
and
dirt?
exploring the potential outcomes of the impeachment process. This level of scrutiny is
Hey,
essential
Lisa.
for an informed public and a fair trial. However, the media landscape is also fraught with bias and spin. Some outlets are clearly aligned with one political party or another, and their coverage reflects that bias. It's up to the public to be discerning, to seek out multiple sources, and to form their own opinions based on the facts presented. We must be critical consumers of information, questioning the motives behind the stories and looking for consistency and credibility in the reporting. Your voice matters more than ever in this historic moment. The impeachment process is ultimately about the people, and it's our duty to engage, to question, and to demand transparency and accountability. We have the power to shape the narrative, to influence the outcome, and to ensure that justice is served. So what can you do? First, educate yourself on the facts. Read the articles, watch the hearings, and listen to the testimonies. Don't rely on secondhand information or biased sources. Seek out the primary documents and the unfiltered statements. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the key to making an informed decision. Second, engage in the conversation. Talk to your friends, your family, your colleagues, and your neighbors. Share your thoughts and listen to theirs. Debate the issues, challenge each other's assumptions, and strive for a deeper understanding of the complexities involved. Social media can be a powerful tool for amplifying your voice and reaching a wider audience. Third, hold your representatives accountable. Contact your members of Congress, express your opinions, and demand that they act in the best interests of the country. Write letters, make phone calls, and attend town hall meetings. Let them know that you are paying attention and that you expect them to do their job with integrity and impartiality. This impeachment process is more than just a legal battle. It's a test for our democracy. It's an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the rule of law, to transparency, and to the principle that no one is above the law. How we handle this situation will define us as a nation and set a precedent for future generations. If we succeed in holding Trump accountable, we send a strong message that corruption and abuse of power will not be tolerated. We demonstrate that our democratic institutions are robust enough to withstand such challenges and that they can adapt and evolve to meet the needs of a changing world. We show the world that the United States is a beacon of justice and a model for democratic governance. But if we fail, if we let politics and partisanship overshadow the pursuit of truth and justice, we risk undermining the very foundations of our democracy. We risk eroding public trust, deepening divisions, and opening the door to further abuses of power. We risk becoming a nation where the powerful can act with impunity and where the rule of law is reduced to a mere suggestion. For many of us, this impeachment process is personal. It's about more than just politics. It's about our values, our beliefs, and our vision for the future of our country. It's about the kind of leaders we want to elect, the kind of government we want to have, and the kind of society we want to build. If you're a parent, you might be thinking about the world you want to leave for your children. Do you want them to grow up in a country where power is wielded without consequence, where corruption is the norm, and where justice is a luxury reserved for the few? Or do you want them to inherit a nation where the rule of law is sacred, where accountability is the norm, and where every voice matters? If you're a veteran, you might be reflecting on the sacrifices you've made to defend our democratic values. You might be wondering if those values are still worth fighting for, if they are still being upheld by those in power. This impeachment process is a chance to
Freddie Haynes, hold on. Pastor Freddie Haynes, hold on. Let's hear what he's saying. This the one that went ham on Charlie Kirk.
Fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, but also fueled by faith as she puts on the whole armor of God. She's a facilitator. I love that about Jasmine Crockett, because especially during the last administration, she was a facilitator of funding that came to our district, that came to our community, because she's a fighter, she's a
Get the lights up, y'all.
But wait, she's a friend
Friendship
to
West.
everyday people. Listen, Jasmine Crockett has made District 30 a national district. Everybody in the nation knows Jasmine Crockett. She's the baddest sister out there. I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett, and yet as amazing as she is, as phenomenal as she is, she's remained a friend to everyday people. She's someone you can talk to and touch. She listens to you. I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett. So since Jasmine is a fighter since she's a
He the
facilitator
coolest
and a
pastor
friend
I
to
know, baby.
everyday people. I guess I'll
He,
close by
he
saying
too
the
he too
future
cool for
is
school.
bright with Jasmine Crockett. The future is bright. Our best days are in front of us, as dark as it is right now. With Jasmine, the light is about to break out and shine. And so, y'all, I've got confidence in Crockett. I know there is justice with Jasmine. I hope y'all get what I'm doing right now, because Jasmine Crockett, that master alliterator, is someone that we need for such a time as this.
He
Y'all
too cool
know
for school.
I'm a preacher, so I got to at least use that on you, because Esther was called to the kingdom
That's what they
at
say.
a dark time. Esther was called to the kingdom when it looked like people were going to get erased.
I think them
And
folks
yet
got
Esther
mad at him
stood
because he
up,
went off
and
on
because she stood
Charlie
up,
Kirk.
a future was facilitated.
And them
so y'all,
politicians
here
was there.
is
That's
our
what I think.
Esther, and I'm simply saying, in the name of Ann Richards, in the name of Barbara Jordan, in the name
David
of Eddie
Pike.
Bernice Johnson, would you receive from me right now the next senator from the state of Texas? I'm talking about Jasmine Crockett.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Pastor Haynes. If I can have everybody direct their eyes to the screen, please. Thank you.
Full justice for Mo
How
3.
about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble. But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person. I watched her speak the other day, and she's definitely a low IQ person.
Said the man who got 1/4 of a brain.
Oh man. She's a very low IQ person. Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you gotta be kidding. Now they're gonna rely on Crockett. Crockett's gonna bring them back.
She another black threat. She another threat. Bruh. All my life I had to fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have all been waiting for.
Let's go.
The next U.S. Senator from this great state of Texas.
Let's go.
Please welcome to the stage.
Let's go.
Ms. Jasmine Crockett.
Let's go. Go, Jasmine. Go, Jasmine. Go, Jasmine. Go, 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 Jasmine. Go, Jasmine. Go.
Y'all look good.
Get the lights up, y'all.
Y'all look real good. But are you fired up? Are you ready to go?
Who a con man?
Texas. Let's get down to it.
Who a con man?
I know y'all are ready to hear some good news, and some of y'all already heard it before you even got here. Yes, it is true. I am running to become your next United States Senator from the state of Texas.
Let's go. Oh, yeah.
I honestly can't put into words what it means to me.
Super duper con
A lot
man.
of people think that making decisions like this, you take them lightly. I'm here to tell you that I understand that there's a responsibility. I'm not reading from my script, so they're about to be confused. There's a responsibility that lies with all of us, especially in this moment.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of people that said, you gotta stay in the house. We need our voice. We need you there. And I understand. But what we need is for me to have a bigger voice. What we need is not only a voice, but we need to make sure that we are going to stop all the hell that is raining down on all of our people. So over the last couple of months, I've been thinking about our future. Where do we go from here?
It's on Netflix, Dirty Money.
I thought about my classmates from law school. One is standing right up front, Mr. Anthony Farmer.
I thought she was finna say Daryl.
I thought about the big dreams we all had, fighting for justice in the courtroom, starting our own businesses, buying a home, starting families. If you think about it, our dreams were the American dream. Opportunities for those who work hard, home ownership, jobs, entrepreneurship, and security. And that time, we were headed into the Great Recession. I took a job in East Texas for a pretty well-known family-owned law firm. I began doing class action defense work. And honestly, I wondered if I'd made a mistake. I wondered if that was really what I was supposed to be doing.
That part.
It just so happened that they had just started a new public defender's office in rural East Texas. So I decided that I would join that public defender's office. I joined it because I believed everybody deserved a voice in the courtroom. Even if they couldn't afford an attorney, one would be provided to them, and that attorney was me. I loved being a courtroom warrior. I got some judges here. They probably can't identify themselves, but nevertheless, I loved being in the courtroom. You know, I never thought that I would run for office, but some people are able to inspire others as they walk their own path. As a 27-year-old public defender walking in her path, there was someone who came along and inspired me. There was this charismatic, funny, intelligent, and exciting young candidate with a funny name who just got into the U.S. Senate and was running for president. Many doubted if this country was ready, while others, well, we got to work and kept hope alive. We didn't focus on the naysayers. We didn't get distracted by any pollsters. We remained laser focused on getting the person who was best for the job into the seat. We didn't let history diminish our hope.
They don't want it to make it to the algorithm.
We ignored that the devil on our shoulder that sometimes tries to tell us your vote doesn't matter. The country's not ready. He can't win. And responded with that timeless American creed. Yes, we can. Yes, I'm talking about President Barack Obama. How many no's do you think he heard before he got a yes? No, you can't win. No, the country's not ready for a black president. No, a black man can't get elected.
And he
no,
represented well. No scandals.
You can't beat the Clinton
No
machine.
pickle sucking.
But every time they told him no, he looked them right in the eyes and he told them yes. He said, yes, we can. Yes, we can deliver on health care. Yes, we
Thank
can
you,
enshrine
Naturally
equal
Knowledge.
rights.
How far are you?
Yes, we can bring jobs back to America, create opportunities for all, and yes, we can save the economy after a Republican president sends it into the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
People ran lies, rumors, and tried to poke holes in everything about Obama, from his faith to his heritage. Falsehoods about his daddy, mistruths about his mama. There was even a question about his birth certificate. But he didn't let any of that get in his way.
He ain't sweat the small stuff.
And worked. And worked.
He ain't sweat the small stuff.
A sense of hope. And man, do I remember. I remember hoping. I don't know if I really believed.
He made a believer out of you.
That we had to try. I knew that we had the power. He turned those no, you can'ts into yes, we can'ts. Yes, we deserve better.
He sure did bring dignity to the White House.
Yes, we can. Back then, as the housing bubble burst and the economy crashed, I saw everyone around me struggling. I saw a system that ignored them and legal system that failed them. Then I remembered Obama's words. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones
are the change
who
that
can
we
do
see.
it.
So many of you don't know, but I was 28 by now.
To make a change.
And I decided that I was going to run to become the Bowie County Democratic Party chair. I was elected as the youngest black Democratic Party chair in the history of Texas. Later, I moved to Dallas, and frustrated by the broken laws on our books, I ran for the Texas House of Representatives to be that agent of change. I took on the establishment, ran against an incumbent, and there were folks in my ear, that devil on my shoulder, that said I could not win. I was being outspent 5-1. And even those that said I had to be less of myself, I tuned that noise out. And even though I was outspent, I was never outworked. When I look across this room, I see folks who knocked on doors for me back then in 2020. I see people who believed in me before any viral moments. I see people who believed that I could and would be different. I see the people that locked arms with me. Some of those elected officials that went out on a limb and endorsed me when nobody else would.
That's what's
You
up.
see, I didn't get anywhere on my own. Every step of the way has been with you. The people
Thank
who
you,
have
Paul
fueled this fire.
Palmo.
You've chipped in your hard-earned money. Hey, donors, because I see some of y'all too. You put in the sweat equity under the hot Texas sun, knocking on doors, putting out signs. You've driven your neighbors to the polls, dragged your coworkers to go vote. You're the ones who walk your precincts, register thousands of voters, and you're the ones who flip seats across the state at every level. When Texas turns blue, it won't be because of any one candidate, but because of each and every one of you doing your part. Turning Texas blue is what I want to talk to y'all about today. Now,
Let's go.
there are those that say, ain't no way, we done tried it 50
Absolutely,
kinds of ways.
power couple.
Let me be clear, y'all ain't never tried it the JC way. We used to telling us what I can't do, but they have no idea what Crockett's crew will do. And so I just want to be clear, for all the haters in the back, listen up real loud. We gonna get this thing done. So they tell us that Texas is red.
For now.
They are lying. We're not. The reality is that most Texans don't get out to vote. The reality is that the people that I used to work with in the Texas House did everything that they could to make sure that they could suppress voices. If we were so red, they wouldn't be so pressed. Let me be clear.
Absolutely.
The reason that the governor always got time to call out my name is because he understands that I know how to speak to everybody, not just some folk. There are folks who feel like their vote doesn't matter and that
Texas know they sick of Trump.
Candidates don't speak to them. And honestly, I can't blame them. But I'm here to address those Texans specifically who feel as their vote doesn't matter. Let me tell you it does.
You can charter some
I
buses.
talked about my first race for state representative, and I talked about the fact that I was outspent 5-1. They had the money, but I had the people. When the first batch of votes came out, I was down by 700 votes. I told my team it was over. Carmen, who's right up front, rushes down and says, "No, we about to go to elections." I said, "Y'all, it's over. We've been voting for 3 weeks and we down by 700. We ain't coming back." Around 10 o'clock, somehow somebody said, "Rep, you only down." Well, I wasn't rep then. "You only down by 50 votes." I said, "Oh, we getting good. We getting good."
Yeah, charter buses.
I said, "Now y'all tell me what's still out. Is anything out? Are we done?"
Go in droves.
It was getting late. They said MLK is still out. I said, "Oh."
What a statement that would be.
I said, if anybody came through for me,
Bus
it was gonna
load.
be MLK. And when I tell y'all, when the votes were counted, I had won by 90 votes. Out of 10,000 votes that were cast, I won by 90. It was the closest state house race in the entire state of Texas that year. Do you know where those votes came from? They came from the mom who organized the entire neighborhood to go vote because she knew I would fight like hell for her daughter. It came from the retired firefighter who talked to each and every one of his or her neighbors in the senior homes and the people that they lived around. It came
Charter
from
some
everywhere.
buses.
It came from the churches. It came from home healthcare workers who ran across the street to vote at the library during their lunch break. It came from citizens who hadn't voted in years, but went to cast their ballots because they believed that I would bring a new generation of servant leadership to the
And you've done a
government
great
of the
job.
people, by the people, for the people. Each and every one of those votes made up the 90 votes we needed to bring change. And I'm going to add this. It even came from unhoused folk. See, what y'all don't understand is that people like to devalue certain people. But the only place that equalizes us is at the ballot box. So I don't ever want anybody, no matter what your socioeconomic background is, to believe that you don't matter or you don't count, because the time that you count is when
I'm
you're
not a
at the
Christian,
ballot
but
box.
vote, yeah.
A single grain of rice can tip the scales. Every single vote counts, and that couldn't be truer
That's
in
it,
the
a
United
mouthful,
States
baby.
Senate. It was a single vote in the United States Senate that saved the Affordable Care Act, that saved millions of Americans' health care coverage. That vote was cast by John McCain, who showed bravery and
Yep.
honored his oath of service. Yeah, clap it up.
Yeah, give it to him.
He bucked his party's president to do what was right for his constituents. Sadly enough, we all know that Senator John Cornyn does not have the guts to stand up to Trump. But I can tell y'all who does.
Absolutely.
I do.
Get him out.
Biden carries on with business as usual while small businesses across Texas take the hit from Trump's tariffs. Well, I'm done with politics as usual. I'm done with going along to get along, and it gets us nowhere. I'm done watching rural hospitals and public schools close their doors. I'm done watching parents be afraid to send their kids to school or the mall
Right.
or the movies because Republicans have flooded our streets with guns. I'm done with the senators sitting around doing nothing while Trump takes your hard-earned money, skims your Social Security, slashes Medicare, and gives tax breaks to billionaires. I'm done.
That's graping our kids.
The American dream on life
That's
support while
graping the
Trump tries to
kids.
pull the plug. The gloves have been off, and now I'm jumping into the ring. I'm asking for your support to be the next United States Senator from
Let's
the
go.
of Texas.
Let's go.
I'm running because I don't ever lose focus of the people and what we deserve. We deserve a government that is
But,
by the people
okay.
and of the people, not one that's bought and paid for, not politicians who are self-serving and line
Okay.
their own pockets.
With a long handle
Most of
spoon.
you know that I am a civil rights and criminal defense attorney, that I made a living arguing cases before juries and fighting for Texas who were harmed to receive justice. I have won cases and convinced juries in the deepest, reddest parts of this state.
Let's go.
And your ADHD friend
Oh,
gets
Lord.
overwhelmed by
Hold on,
noise,
y'all.
then this is the gift for them. Quick reminder, the best gifts aren't big. It's Texas. My experience spans both state and federal. As you may have seen, I have spent more time on the federal level than I did on the state level. And frankly, I'm very well aware of what is happening on the federal level, on the deepest levels of the federal level.
If you're a student, an activist, or someone who cares deeply about the future of our country, you might be seeing this as a defining moment, a crossroads in our nation's history. You might be
I was about to say, y'all slow. I will begin on day one fighting to lower costs, deliver on healthcare, make home ownership and entrepreneurship accessible to all, and hold Trump accountable.
I hope he out by then, boo.
I'll hit the ground running because I'm already in the belly of the beast right now. Many people wonder why I jumped in this race so late, and I just want to be clear that this was never my intention. This was never about me.
She is awesome,
Never put
James.
myself into any of the polls.
Don't cry, baby. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Listen, my question was, which congressional seat would I be running for? And for Texas 30,
Baby, that's okay.
I love
That's
you,
for the
Texas
people.
30.
That's for the people, y'all. That's for the people.
Okay, I'm gonna finish. But the more I saw the poll results, I couldn't ignore the trends, which were clear, both as it relates to the primary as well as the general election. I could have played it safe and continued serving in the United States House of Representatives for as long as my constituents would have me.
But I don't choose to do that. Because Texas, this moment we're in now, is life or death. It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing, baby
It's
girl.
now or never. We find ourselves at a crossroads. We're faced with a hard choice to make people
6:35.
We've got to make sure that they understand
Get the lights
we are
up.
not to go back. We are not to allow our hard-earned progress of our foremothers to be wiped away. We lose Social Security, Medicare.
Made no
we
sense.
lose the right to vote, to love, and live freely. That's one path where we go back in time. The other path is learning to live in Trump's America and shrinking ourselves into the shadows. It looks like people who are afraid to worship or love freely because people are simply, right now, afraid to walk down the streets. It looks like a country facing denial, bank loan denied, healthcare denied,
Hey,
American
Jerry.
dream denied. But I'm here
Right.
to tell you there is a third path, a path where we move forward as one people united under a common vision, a path where we reject Trump's false promises and reject his lies and division. I'm asking you to walk down this path with me, shoulder to shoulder,
Yeah.
and envision a Texas where every child, no matter their story, can go to the best public schools, can afford to go to college or learn a skilled trade. A Texas where that child has every opportunity to grow and thrive. That means nutrition, healthcare, mental health, and safety. Imagine a Texas where that child grows up and can buy a home with first-time home buyers assistance. Imagine that child wants to start a business and create jobs in their community they live in Texas, where they can actually access some capital to get started. Now contrast that to our reality today.
Oh, no.
Where a child's opportunities are limited by their zip codes. I think about the children in Houston who had their school district taken over by Abbott. I think about the children in Lufkin who went hungry this summer after Republicans cut funding for summer EBT. I think about the young adults and families in Amarillo that would love to buy their own home but can't afford it. I think about the farmer in Loving County who had to find his way to the nearest hospital miles and miles away because Texas has closed more rural hospitals than any other state. And by the way, if you know farmers, it takes quite a lot before they'll even think about going to the doctor.
Right, Stacy.
So I know this. This man
Yes, she
was
is.
in pain. And his pain was ignored and neglected by 3 decades of Republican domination in Texas. And I'm going to keep taking down this path with me. But let's first address the
Dallas sure do need our
quite
help.
literally. I know many of you are wondering why I'm running for a seat that everyone says cannot be won.
You can do
The
it.
last time Texas elected a Democrat to the United States Senate, I was 7 years old. Do not try to do the math. Cornyn was already 36 and serving as a district judge. For most of us, a Republican-controlled Texas is all we've known. But we cannot let that diminish our faith and belief in what can be.
Right.
I stand before you because I'm not looking backwards in the past. My eyes are fully ahead and fixed on the bright horizon ahead of us. I'm running for this seat because I'm going to be hung up on the brokenness. I'm not going to be hung up on the brokenness of the past. I'm
Right.
focused on fixing up our future.
Let's go.
Many people have asked, and all of us wonder, can we win this race in November?
Yes,
I'm
you
here
can.
to say,
Yes, you can.
yes, we can.
Yes.
I'm also here to say it's not if we can, but if we will. If we will get out and knock the doors, call the people, and meet them where they are. It's a matter
Charter
of if
some
we
buses.
will do the work
Get
to
'em
have
there.
necessary conversations
Get
about
'em
the
there.
future of our nation. Will we come together as one?
Yes.
This isn't about me
Yes,
or
we
them.
can.
It's
Yes,
about you
we can.
and us. This is not about ambition. It's not about my ambition. It's about yours. Your hopes and your dreams, and a government that has your back, not pushes you back. No Democrat has done what we're seeking to do, and that is win a statewide election in Texas in the 21st century. So there is no roadmap. There is no blueprint, and there is no cheat code. So for everybody that thinks they got it, just watch and I'll give it to you. This path we're going on together is one that must be forged ourselves. So let's be honest, if there was anyone with the recipe, well, they would have already won. But I also know this, if Mississippi can flip seats, then why can't Texas?
Let's go.
If Georgia can elect 2 Democrats to the United States Senate, then Texas can too. In 2012, Mitt Romney won Texas by 16 points. In 2016, Trump won Texas by 9 points. As his administration went on and people felt the hurt, his margin in 2020 shrunk. In 2020, as people were fed up with his administration, as people sat around the dinner table, 500,000 American families stared at the empty chairs. The chairs once filled by loved ones who died from COVID. I remember the long lines, the lines we waited in for rapid testing, the line folks needing unemployment, the long lines at the food banks. Well, guess what, y'all? Under Trump 2.0, people are still unemployed or forced to work multiple jobs. And after all the cuts to SNAP, the rising cost of everything except wages, food banks are stepping up once again to fill the gap. But I remember another place where the lines were so long and in many places wrapped around the building, and that was at the polls. We turned our pain into purpose, we kept the faith, and we did the work. We put fear in the hearts and the margins tightened, and we were closing the gap. What did they do in response? Did they take a look in the mirror? Try to offer real solutions?
Nope.
To the real issues? No. Instead, they decided to come up with ways to keep you from being heard, to make it harder to vote and easier to cheat. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't cheat yourselves. Don't fall for the okie doke. I'm asking you not to worry about the naysayers, the critics, and the haters, because they already hear y'all. It's not about them or what they believe. It's about you and us, what we know is possible when people come together. So I'm asking you to tune out those intrusive voices that say she can't win because she's black, because she's a woman, or because she's a Democrat. If you believe women should be in all spaces, then I ask you to stand with me. If you believe we should be judged by the content of our character, then I'm asking for your support. And if you believe this election should be about the issues, who has the better policies and ideas, and who is best for the job, then I ask for your vote in the Democratic primary election this March and again in November. You see, we know what the Republican tactics will be. A flood of lies and attacks designed to turn blacks against whites, city against country, and you against me.
Right.
They are experts in the politics of division. It's how they've gotten here. Division is how Trump got elected and then re-elected. This election is about adding voices to our electorate, about multiplying turnout with a robust operation and a unifying message that asks, how is it that Texas is prospering, but the people are struggling? We have the 8th largest economy in the world, yet kids go hungry. Seniors have to skip their prescriptions. Parents are forced to choose between braces for their children or hospice for their parents. We are the #1 state in exports, driving the American economy, yet somehow we are also #1 in uninsured women and children.
Let's go.
The state is thriving while the people are facing tribulation. We are better than that, tougher than that, and Texas deserves better, and together we will. This campaign is for those who believe that the government should work harder than the people it serves. This campaign is for every single person that is done
instead of shitting on themselves at the golf
fed up
course.
with the establishment, that's sick and tired of being sick and tired. Texas has no shortage of talent, no shortage of ideas, grit, or tenacity. Our state powers this nation. Our economy drives the world. Texas is a big boy state made up of brawlers and people with a moral code. Our representation should reflect that, and sadly enough, it doesn't. After evaluating the data, analyzing the trends, researching historic numbers, and combing over the crosstabs, it was clear the numbers were strongest for my candidacy for United States Senate. That's why I decided to enter this race, because otherwise I would have continued doing what I've always done, which is support whichever candidate had the strongest numbers.
Oh,
So I
no.
want to be clear. I'm not running just to run. This is about winning. As a candidate who is constantly attacked and seen as a threat, it's because I am. I'm a threat to the system that's been holding us back from our full potential. I'm a threat to a system that works to protect politics as usual, that seeks to maintain the despair and unfairness in our state. I'm a threat to those that have lost their moral compass, abandoned their purpose, and want to be kings instead of public servants. I'm the only candidate in this race who has served on the federal level, has taken on this administration, and sought accountability. I'm the only one who has gone toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and there's a reason he's always got my name in his mouth. There's a reason John Cornyn has been attacking me since before I even entered this race. There's a reason folks have tried everything they could think of to try to keep me out of this race. And I believe that's because Trump has seen the same numbers I have. I have a track record of getting people out to vote, moving people who were disillusioned with politics and felt like their vote didn't matter. Since running for public service, I have vowed to increase accountability, accessibility to every office I've held. Through it all, I've never lost sight of the people. I've built winning coalitions and brought together voters of all backgrounds, all stars and stripes, and every walk of life under the common belief that government should be of and for the people. Government should work to make living easy for those who work hard for a living. My message, rooted in slashing costs, making home ownership and entrepreneurship attainable for all, strengthening and growing the middle class, is one that Texas, all of Texas, from the Panhandle to Port Arthur and from El Paso to East Texas, can believe in. This campaign is about winning with a strong, multiracial, multi-generational coalition of people that is reflective of this great state that is, by the way, 61% people of color. There is room in this campaign for everyone who feels like our state is heading in the wrong direction. And that's the majority of Texans, whether you live in Dallas County or Dickens County. Groceries are too expensive. The light bill won't stop going up. People are being crushed by their rent or their mortgages. That's why
Now
I'm
you
running
can't speak.
now to get Texas
Don't
back
call
on
her
track,
no animal.
to be a fighter for the middle
You done
class.
lost your mind.
Hardworking Texans, ranchers, farmers,
Miss
young
Roos.
families, oil workers,
A
small
mom
businesses,
Russo.
and
Don't call
everyday
her no
people
animal.
who
Have you
make
lost your
this
mind?
state vibrant and make us an economic powerhouse. Today, under Trump and 3 decades of Republican rule in Texas, those very Texans are under daily attack. They are attacked for how they worship, who they love, what language their grandmother speaks. And you don't know who will be next on the chopping block. I'm running to protect Texans from these attacks and safeguard the rights our Constitution guarantees. I'm running to knock down the door.
Yeah,
to
no.
opportunities
I ain't digging
that have
that.
only been cracked open for the elite few. I'm running to make home ownership and entrepreneurship pillars of the American dream. And
She waited 10
obtainable
minutes just to
reality
get blocked.
for
I mean,
all Americans.
I mean, what was that for?
I'm
You better
running
learn how to
get
talk
Washington
over
back
here
to work on issues that actually
respectfully.
matter.
She makes me proud too.
Together, we will send a signal to the entire nation. Don't mess with Texas.
Hey!
And certainly don't count us out. I believe I am the candidate in the strongest position to defeat whoever emerges after they finally get out of their stuff.
We believe you too.
Even if that's my buddy and dancing partner, John Cornyn. John Cornyn has spent 41 years in elected office. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get off track. He's been an elected official since I was 3 years old. Speaking of 3, I want y'all to know that Cornyn has been in office so long that he collects 3 fat
I
pensions.
think it may be
courtesy
Michelle,
of you, the
but
taxpayer,
we'll
on
see.
top of his Senate
It may be
salary,
Michelle
which
Obama.
is also paid for by you. By the time I graduated law school
She
in
do got the juice
2006,
though.
Cornyn was already drawing his first pension. Guess Doge didn't catch that one, huh? But anyway, so after 4 decades and 4 fat checks every month, Cornyn has forgotten who sent him to the Senate. He's forgotten he works for 30 million people in Texas.
You think she'll
not
go
one
back?
Florida man who's never called this state home. About 2 pensions ago, Cornyn
Michelle
used to
saying they
actually
not
try and
ready
help Texas.
for her.
He used to speak out against Trump,
She
the
said they
candidate,
not
and denounce
ready.
the border wall. What happened, Big John? Because now all you're doing is bending the knee, kissing the ring, and running ads about how you vote 99% of the time with Trump.
I vote for Michelle too.
Well, John, I kept telling you, you had a 1% problem. And the problem is putting the 1% of Americans who are billionaires before the
She said they're not
99% of
ready
us
for
who have to wake up every day, clock in,
her.
and hustle to make ends
She
meet.
said, so don't even start that. They y'all ain't ready.
Who had to go out and earn what is ours. It wasn't handed to us by Daddy. At a time such as this, we cannot afford to have a senator who cowers away from a fight worth fighting. I will be tougher on behalf of all 30 million Texans. At the end of the day, the Republicans, they know they're in hot water. They shut the government down for more than 40 days and 40 nights while people scramble
That is
to make
one
ends meet.
female I know right now that would get the
And
votes
its tariffs have drained our bank accounts, forcing millions to live paycheck to paycheck.
and put
While
Trump to
SNAP funding
shame
hung in the
again.
balance and families had to figure out how they'd even put bread and water on the table, mothers fed their children bread with butter and a sprinkle of sugar to quiet those growling tummies. And while this was the reality for middle America, Trump and his cronies were busy planning a lavish Thanksgiving feast. Now Christmas is around the corner, and after a whole year of office,
Shitting on himself. Pulling up his
what has he
diaper.
done? Absolutely nothing to fulfill his #1 campaign promise, which was to bring down cost. Well, prices have tripled since Trump became president, and we're all feeling it. When I first got to Congress, I served on the Agriculture Committee. I worked on the Farm Bill and SNAP. And let me tell you, between delaying the Farm Bill, offering no real solutions on immigration, slashing SNAP, and slapping on tariffs, nobody has been hit harder than our farmers, ranchers, and the
Yeah, we
millions who
proud of
grow our
her.
food. At a time when farmers are filing record bankruptcies, when grocery stores are going up even more to cover the cost of all of their economic loss activity because of the SNAP cuts, and as more rural hospitals close in Texas than anywhere else, how can our senator go along with this? How can he vote for 99% of this and then ask for yet another term with a straight face? John, you listening? You're the
You hear
only
me?
one in Texas who gets 4 checks to do 1 job. Meanwhile, there are households where both parents work 2 jobs. The oldest child has to get a job as soon as they legally can, and still the family is barely keeping their head above water. That is the reality for far too many people. But John Cornyn and his MAGA buddies, or shall I say frenemies, since we never know how he really feels about MAGA, they're so far out of touch with reality. They live in their own worlds. The cost of everything has gone up except for wages. People are working more and they're working harder. But that check is looking just the same, and that dollar doesn't stretch as far. My agenda is out of left field when in reality, it's just right for Texas. My agenda is affordability, it's healthcare, it's energy independence, it's American manufacturing, it's protecting our natural resources, it's providing the best education to every child and not saddling them with lifelong debt in the process. When prices are lower, that dollar goes further. Consumers have more confidence and spending power, businesses thrive, and our economy is healthy.
Who is
The
Hot
more
Wheels?
people that
Oh, the
are
wheelchair
insured,
man.
the less healthcare will cost for all of us. If we spend on preventative care,
You talking
we
about
can spend
Abbott?
way more instead of waiting until somebody is sick. When we invest in clean energy, your utility bill goes down. When we build more housing, the rents and mortgages come down. When we have more affordable childcare, Head Start, and universal pre-care, then families will have that huge burden lifted from them. Childcare has become a second rent. Y'all say amen if you got children, because y'all know I ain't got none. I heard they expensive. My whole platform is rooted in my belief that life should be more affordable for those who make America run. It's centered around opportunity and a fair shake to work hard, get ahead, and have a chance to earn your dream no matter your story. To live in a country where you know your rights will be protected at every level, to feel safe walking down the street. That's what I have always fought to do, and I won't let up now. The stakes and the prices are way too high. That is why Democrats
Thank you,
are
Stacey.
truly about. This is what Democrats is truly about, and it's our opportunity now to
Sky
remind the
Daddy.
nation of what it looks like when we put our values into action. While Democrats were working overtime to protect healthcare and lower cost of insurance, prescriptions, and the care you need to be alive, Trump.
He finna be impeached next.
Y'all, I don't even want to tell y'all how much money y'all spent on that. He was looking over carpet patterns and paint swatches. Y'all know, for his little room. Anyway, while Americans had to decide between paying the car note or paying the mortgage, Trump's toughest choice was between Chantilly lace or alabaster for his billionaire ballroom. The American people have been watching, and even those who weren't watching, they felt the effects and know the pain. Trump's unpopular policies will cost him the Republican majority in the Congress.
I hope
He
it
knows
costs
that. That's
him
why he called Greg Abbott.
that
He
impeachment.
said, I need 5 seats from Texas. I'm entitled to them.
Oh yeah,
Abbott got right to it.
yes he did.
Trump,
Rolled his ass right on around and got it
so
done.
let me tell you directly, you're not entitled to a damn thing.
Yep, he next. Oh yeah, he next. They said that
better get to
last
work,
week
'cause I'm
when they
coming
said
for you.
Trump was gonna be the 7 articles.
He knew he would lose. So Trump did what he always does.
Cheat.
Resort to lying, cheating, and stealing.
Yep.
He has rigged our elections once again by changing the lines in the middle of an election cycle. And the cherry on the top, Trump drew me out of my home district. I know he's tired of me holding him accountable, dismantling his lies, and I know he's tired of me breaking through.
Do you know who to call if you're hurt in a car wreck?
It's a no-brainer.
Oh, so he drove her out of her district.
When you get hurt in a car.
Oh yeah, boo boo, you
Judge
gotta
that you
win.
appointed, Mr. President. He said your maps were unconstitutional, but you ran it up to your loyal activist cronies at the Supreme Court and snatched representation away from almost 500,000 people I represented right here in CD30. Well, I'm here to tell you, Donald Trump, you won't get rid of me that easily. I'm not going away. I'm not giving up. I still believe in this country. I still believe that we are in the land of opportunity. I still believe in the bright beacon of hope amidst a sea of despair. I still believe Texas will lead the way and prove to this nation and the world what I know to be true. So I'm asking you, will you join me in this
Absolutely.
campaign? Will you join me in the work
Absolutely.
and turn this moment into a movement? I'm asking you to wake up every day between
I thought
now
she was
and
gonna
November.
say
Yes,
turn
every
this
day.
mother out.
And ask yourself daily, what am I going to do today?
You gonna help me turn this mother out?
Who I'm going
We
to
gonna
call
turn
today
this
about what I
mother
need to vote?
out.
What will my contribution to turning Texas blue be? It's also why I've sought to bring about unity within our party as well. I did my best to make sure that we had a strong ticket with candidates running up and down the ballot. We're not leaving any races out. Everything is on the line. I need you to know that this is bigger than any one person and any one candidate. For us to win this race, we have to win together. We have to run as a team. Like I said before,
Yeah,
and
you got
we'll
moved
keep
to Texas
echoing,
to
this
vote,
isn't
C.
about
Thomas.
me. This isn't about them. It's about you. We're going to go and win this election for the people. As I close, I want to send a message to Donald Trump and the whole nation. Don't take Texas for granted and don't count us out. It's our time. We are one.
We are one.
God bless
We
Texas
are
and
one.
let freedom ring.
No matter where we say we are one. Let's go. There you go. We are one. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right, everybody, let's give it up one more time for the next U.S. Senator from the state of Texas.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No matter. Okay.
Yourself what role you can play, what difference you can make, and how you can be a part of this historic.
Oh, they putting them out.
My check. Can you hear me?
He said, exit the same way you came in.
Stevens, my check.
I'm not through, Ellen, again. We got to finish listening to the impeachment article. Oh, it's gone. Okay, let's go. Let's finish with, because y'all wasn't here. Some of y'all didn't hear it. This is the second time we played it. we got to hear this. It's some things y'all got to hear. Hold on.
Your energy, your passion, and your commitment are essential to driving this movement forward and ensuring that our democracy thrives.
Let me make her not so big. Hold on.
It's certainly not smooth.
Let me bring her down.
Obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. Trump's legal team will fight tooth and nail, using every tactic and loophole at their disposal. They will attempt to delay, to distract, and to divide, but we must remain steadfast.
For the ones who, let me back it up a little bit, because it's something else I gotta show y'all now.
We must demand transparency.
7 articles.
Article of impeachment. A 2/3 majority
have been activated already.
It's a testament to the severity of the allegations and the depth of the evidence supporting
the
them.
doors of the church
Let's
is
break
open.
down the legal process that lies ahead. The House of Representatives has introduced these articles, but for Trump to be impeached, the articles must be voted on and passed by the full House.
And the Supreme Court laid down the hold on, let me get that ready. Lord.
Trump will be impeached on that charge.
Let's go.
This is a significant step, as it will mark
today's
the
a good
first time
day.
a former president has faced such a thorough and comprehensive impeachment process. Once the House votes to impeach, the articles will be sent to the Senate for a trial.
Today was
the
a
Senate
good
will
day.
act as the jury, and the Chief Justice of the United States will preside over the proceedings. Trump will have the right to a defense team, and both sides will present their cases. Witnesses may be called, and new evidence could emerge during the trial. The Senate will then vote on each article of impeachment. A 2/3 majority is required to convict Trump on any charge. If he is convicted, the Senate can then vote on whether to bar him from holding future office. This is a critical point, as it could effectively end Trump's political career and prevent him from running for president again. The political landscape surrounding these impeachment articles is complex and charged. Democrats see this as a moment of accountability, a chance to hold Trump responsible for his actions and to send a clear message about the consequences of abusing power. For them, these articles are about upholding the Constitution and ensuring that no one is above the law. Republicans, on the other hand, are divided. Some see these articles as a partisan attack, a continuation of the witch hunt narrative that has been a staple of Trump's presidency. They argue that the impeachment process is being used as a political tool to undermine Trump and his supporters. Others, however, recognize the severity of the charges and the strength of the evidence, and they are calling for a fair and thorough investigation. The public's reaction is equally divided. Trump's base remains fiercely loyal, viewing these articles as an assault on their chosen leader and a sign of the deep state at work. They see Trump as a victim of a rigged system and a target of those who fear his influence. On the other side, many Americans see these articles as a necessary step towards justice, a way to hold a powerful figure accountable for his actions and to restore faith in our democratic institutions. The implications of these impeachment articles extend far beyond our borders. The world is watching closely, and the outcome of this process will have significant repercussions on the global stage.
Okay, y'all want me to stay on this or let y'all hear the other good news? Or y'all want to hear this out? Y'all tell me y'all want to hear this out or y'all want to hear the other good news? The 7 articles of impeachment have been activated. But there's more good news. I mean, we didn't know we was going to go to Jasmine Crockett rally. We thought we was just going to spread the news and move on. We didn't know we was going to go to a party. Ain't no party like a Jasmine party. Y'all ready for the other good news? Okay, let's go to the other good news. Bear with me. Let's go. Get the likes up, though. Get the likes up, though, while we move on to some more good news. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah, he got some bad news today, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Today is a good day. What y'all know about that? Today was a good day. Come on. Let's go. Party. Let's go. Party.
An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations.
Oh, what?
An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations. An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony
Special
violations
counsel warns.
of
Hold
national
on.
security laws, as well as
Just the.
participating
Hold on.
in
Hold up. Now, what's the date on this? Let's do a date check. 3 hours ago. Hold up. What you say? What you say? Special counsel warns Trump may face arrest after court's decision. Lord have mercy. There is a guard.
unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice. An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national. An indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with felony violations of our national security laws, as well as participating in a conspiracy to obstruct justice. This indictment was voted by a grand jury of citizens in the Southern District of Florida, and I invite everyone to read it in full to understand the scope and the gravity of the crimes charged. The men and women of the United States intelligence community and our armed forces dedicate their lives to protecting our nation and its people. Our laws that protect national defense information are critical to the safety and security of the United States, and they must be enforced.
Special Counsel Jack Smith is telling Republicans, game on. In a letter just released from his attorneys to Congressman Jim Jordan and Senator Chuck Grassley, the chairs of the House and Senate Judiciary Committee, Jack Smith is offering to testify, but he wants to do so in a public hearing about the investigations he conducted.
Okay.
Hey, why would you buy your health and wellness products from a company that doesn't inspect for life?
What we doing?
Seems silly. When you buy from iHerb, your products are sold.
So imagine this for a second. You're Donald Trump. You've spent years
I bet you it's
believing you're
just running.
untouchable, that no matter what investigation gets launched, no matter what prosecutor comes after you, none of it will ever stick. You've always found a way to delay, to distract, to spin things long enough that the whole story fades into the background. You think the presidency gives you immunity forever. You think you can outrun every subpoena, every accusation, every headline.
Every judgment
Then Jack
against
Smith, this quiet, relentless special counsel who never grandstands, never leaks, never plays politics, drops his final report. And it's nuclear. This isn't speculation. This isn't rumor. This is Smith.
He said it's nuclear, like boom, like wow, nuclear. He said it, you know. He boom. Wow. I get the likes up. T-Sippers, what are we doing? Boom. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom. Yeah, get the likes up. Get the likes up, y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. He said, what now? Say what now? Say what now?
You're Donald Trump. You've spent years believing you're untouchable, that no matter what investigation gets launched, no matter what prosecutor comes after you, none of it will ever stick. You've always found a way to delay, to distract.
Oh, that ballroom was put on hold.
That
It's
the whole
out.
story fades into the background. You think the presidency gives you immunity forever. You think you can outrun every subpoena, every accusation, every headline. And then Jack Smith, this quiet, relentless special counsel who never grandstands, never leaks, never plays politics, drops his final report. And it's nuclear. This isn't speculation. This isn't rumor. This is Smith putting everything in writing. And what he reveals is devastating. The report outlines a massive criminal conspiracy. It says you knowingly violated federal law. Not maybe, not possibly. It says plainly that you committed crimes. It confirms that multiple grand juries reviewed the evidence and were ready, literally prepared, to indict you. It states that conviction is not only possible, not only likely,
It's
but almost
guaranteed.
certain. The witnesses,
Yes,
the
Lord.
documents, the call logs, the recordings, the memos,
Ah.
everything points in the same direction. And then Smith does something no one thought he'd do.
What?
He says it publicly.
What?
He announces that
Oh,
once
yeah,
you're
he
no
did.
longer president, federal charges are coming. Not theoretical charges, not potential charges. Actual indictments.
Impeach him
arrest,
and then
trial,
charge him.
a jury,
Yes, Lord.
sentencing. He makes it clear that DOJ policy is the only thing stopping this from happening right now. The rule
Get him out.
that sitting presidents can't be indicted. But the second, the exact second you're out of office, that protection disappears. And then the hammer drops. This is explosive.
He
This
got a
is the
plan.
special counsel basically
They
saying,
got a plan.
we have him. We've built the case. We're ready to prosecute. And the country goes into shock.
Yeah, but they finna get him
No
out.
prosecutor
They finna
has
get him
ever
out,
been this
Marie.
blunt about a sitting president. No prosecutor has ever said this plainly, that the moment he loses power, he gets
300
arrested.
million.
It's unprecedented.
They put a stop
But
on
what
that.
makes it even more wild is what's actually inside the report. Because the charges aren't small. They
He was
aren't
trying to build a
procedural.
tunnel.
They aren't some
He
obscure
was trying to build a
technical
trafficking
violations.
tunnel.
These are major federal crimes. Obstruction of an official proceeding. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Conspiracy to deprive citizens of their voting rights. Mishandling classified documents. Multiple felonies carrying decades in prison. And Smith's report spells out how you're tied to every single one. The report says you knowingly conspired to obstruct the certification of the 2020 election. Knowingly, meaning you were told you lost. Meaning you were told there was no fraud. Meaning you were told every plan to overturn the results was illegal. And you pushed forward anyway. And Smith has witnesses. People from inside your administration. People who were in the room.
Oh.
People who heard everything.
All they finna
These
tell
aren't
on him.
political enemies.
All they
These
finna
aren't
tell on him.
commentators.
He got a
These are your
mole.
former advisors.
He got a mole,
lawyers,
y'all.
Staff members, cabinet officials.
He got a
Stood by you
mole.
for years. And now they're on record, under oath, explaining what they saw. And then there's the documentary evidence. Emails, texts, call logs, meeting notes.
He got a mole, y'all.
Outlining illegal
Escape to
strategies,
he gonna
recordings
take
of
his ass to
treacherous state
Israel.
officials, written warnings from lawyers saying the schemes were unlawful. All of it is in the report. All of it supports the same conclusion. You weren't confused. You weren't misled. You weren't tricked. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah.
Smith also details how grand juries reviewed everything, every document, every witness statement, every piece of evidence, and they were prepared to indict you on multiple charges. They had the votes. They were ready. But then you won the 2024 election. You became president again, and DOJ policy froze the indictment.
Yeah,
Not because you're innocent, not because the case fell apart.
So
but because the
Israel,
rules say prosecutors
Israel
have to
saved
wait.
him. That's why he in there as a
Smith makes
felon.
one thing painfully clear. The indictment is ready. It's written. It's sitting there. And the moment you leave office, even if it's years from now, the prosecution resumes.
But
nothing gets
but
thrown
but
out.
y'all
Nothing
see
gets
how they
forgotten.
playing this out?
Nothing gets downgraded.
Hold up.
They just
Do you-
pick up
hold
exactly
up,
where
hold
they
up,
left
hold
off.
up.
And the
Do-
first thing that happens
Why you won't
is your
stop?
arrest. Smith also goes deep into the classified documents case.
Hold up.
How you took boxes.
It
of
was. Listen, y'all see how this is unfolding. They waited until the 7 impeachment articles was activated. Yeah. And then I saw yesterday where they had expedited the process. Yeah. So get his ass out and put let that indictment gavel hit. Lock that ass up. It's a joke. What you mean it's a joke? Mrs. Tom? What you saying? Oh, that lie. You talking about that lie. Yeah. Yeah. The whistleblower's gonna tell everything Trump did. Absolutely. It's probably Marjorie. Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Them 7 articles was activated. The Supreme Court gave down something. I got that over here too. I haven't heard it. And then he comes out publicly, said it. He said it with his chest out. Yeah, the whole plan. You knew what the plan was. That's why Israel moved you. Oh yeah, Haba. She resigned. But Haba resigned. Y'all don't see the trail. It's a whole paper trail. Them folks didn't think Donald Trump's name was all over there. Them people didn't know. I don't know how they didn't know that he had crimes with minors, 11, 12, the boys and girls. And he sucked pickle. And he puts his hands in females' cookie jar. He got his hand in the cookie jar. He got his hand in the pickle jar. And he got his hand in the daycare. You understand? In elementary. He just just nasty. Let's go now. Let's listen.
Highly sensitive material when you left office. How you stored them in unsecured rooms, a ballroom, a bathroom, places where staff and guests walked by constantly. How you refused to return them when asked. How you misled your lawyers.
Absolutely.
How you moved boxes to hide them from investigators.
Absolutely.
How you allegedly told staff to delete surveillance footage. And Smith didn't just rely on anonymous sources. He has witnesses. People at Mar-a-Lago who handled the boxes.
Oh,
People
wow.
who were told to move things.
Inside.
People who were pressured to delete data. He has surveillance footage. He has
Oh, yeah,
logs.
they mad.
He has the
They mad about them
themselves.
Epstein
And
files.
those charges carry massive prison time. More felonies. More exposure. More reasons Smith says conviction is likely. So when Smith released his report in October 2025, the message wasn't subtle. It wasn't political. It wasn't performative. It was factual.
It was just matter of
blunt,
fact.
and terrifying if you're Trump. He basically said, this man committed federal crimes.
Shit not
We have
over
the
the set.
evidence. We have the witnesses. We have the indictments. And the only reason he isn't already in handcuffs is because DOJ policy prevents us from arresting him while he's president. And that changes everything. Because this isn't a hypothetical anymore. It isn't a talking point. It isn't a prediction. It's confirmation. Trump is going to face charges. Trump is going to stand trial. Trump is probably going
If he don't expire
and
first.
Trump is likely going to prison. And he knows it. He knows the moment he leaves office, federal agents will be waiting. And for the first time in his life, delaying won't save him. Power won't protect him. The presidency won't shield him. Because Smith didn't write a political document. He wrote a criminal case file. This is where we are. This is the reality. And the fallout from this is going to be massive. And the fallout starts with the charges themselves, because Smith doesn't just throw out accusations and walk away. He lays out step by step exactly what Trump did, why it was illegal, and what laws he violated. And the detail is insane. It's the kind of detail you only get when prosecutors know they're going to trial and want every piece of evidence locked
Look at
in,
it.
airtight, and impossible to dispute.
Look at that
The first
reptilian.
charge Smith breaks down is obstruction of an official proceeding. This
He
is
look
the
like he
big
got
one.
the shit, don't
This
he?
is the charge tied directly to the certification of the 2020 election. And Smith's report makes it brutally clear that Trump didn't just participate in the chaos. He planned the strategy behind it. He pressured state officials. He pressured Pence. He pushed fake elector schemes. He pushed legal challenges.
He looked like he
fueled
got
the
it.
base
I got
level.
a fart.
And when
And he
all of
said,
that
oh,
failed,
no,
he
that's
incited
shit.
his supporters to march to the Capitol, knowing exactly what he wanted them to do: delay the certification. Smith says it plainly. Trump wasn't confused. He wasn't acting on bad advice. He wasn't misled. He was told repeatedly by his own advisors, people he trusted, people who had supported him for years, that he lost the election, that there was no fraud, that his theories were nonsense. And he ignored all of it because acknowledging defeat was never an option. That's not political disagreement. That's criminal intent. And then there's the conspiracy charges. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Conspiracy to deprive Americans of their voting rights. Smith outlines how Trump coordinated with multiple people to overturn the legitimate election results. The fake electors plot alone is spelled out like a crime novel. Emails between lawyers, messaging chains between operatives, phone calls to state legislatures, people discussing how to replace real electors with fake ones, people drafting documents that read like alternate reality versions of official certifications. And the kicker, Trump was told the plan was illegal, multiple times, and he still signed off on it. Smith's report includes witness statements from people who literally sat in the same room with Trump when he said things like, just get it done, and we'll figure the legal part out later. You cannot get a clearer picture of criminal intent. It's almost surreal how explicit the evidence is. But the part that makes prosecutors salivate, the part that makes conviction almost guaranteed, is the documentary proof. Smith has call logs showing Trump personally contacting state officials. He has memos where Trump's lawyers warned him he'd be committing crimes if he pushed the schemes. He has emails where campaign advisors begged him to stop. He has texts from staffers panicking about what they were being asked to do. He has evidence that Trump watched the violence at the Capitol unfold and still refused to call it off. All of it adds up to one conclusion. Trump didn't stumble into this. He orchestrated it. And then there's the classified documents case, which is a disaster. Smith outlines how Trump took hundreds of classified documents when he left office. Not accidentally, not mixed in with other papers. Boxes, deliberately, and he stored them like souvenirs. In a ballroom, in a bathroom, in a basement room people walked into constantly. Some of the documents were so sensitive that agents had to bring special equipment just to examine them. And when investigators asked for them back, Trump lied. He said he didn't have any more. He said everything was returned. He said any classified material found was a mistake.
This is going to be the last day to get it for crazy prices like this. If you want to get this, make sure you add it to your cart and go all the way to the checkout because TikTok will automatically apply your coupons and discounts. But today is going to be the last day.
Jingle bell. He look like he needs a shirt.
But Smith has witnesses, employees at Mar-a-Lago who literally carried boxes from room to room at Trump's direction. He has security footage showing boxes being moved right after DOJ requested access. He has testimony from an IT worker who says he was pressured to delete footage. He has text messages between staffers asking where to hide things. It's obstruction in bright neon lights. So when people ask why Smith is so confident in conviction, this is why. Because the evidence isn't just strong. It's overwhelming. It's layered. It's backed up by witnesses. It's backed up by documents. It's backed up by recordings.
He backed up by rights.
No contradictions. No missing pieces.
Constipated.
And the grand jury saw all of it.
Full of so much
shit. They weren't influenced by the media. They weren't voting based on politics. They studied the evidence. They heard the testimony. They saw the documents. And they determined that the case against Trump was strong enough to indict him on multiple federal charges. They were ready to do it. They had the votes, they drafted the indictments, and then they were told to stop because of DOJ policy. And that's the part Trump can't avoid, the part he can't outrun. Because Smith didn't drop the case, he didn't close the investigation, he didn't reduce the charges, he paused it. Frozen, held in place, waiting for one thing, Trump leaving office. And Smith makes it clear in the report that the pause doesn't weaken the case. It doesn't risk evidence going stale. It doesn't jeopardize witness testimony. Everything is preserved. Everything is cataloged. Everything is ready to be presented the moment Trump is no longer protected. meaning Trump isn't safe. He's postponed. He's delayed the inevitable, but he hasn't avoided it. And Smith goes further. He says publicly, not quietly, not in a footnote, but out loud, that conviction is likely, that the evidence is so overwhelming, a jury will almost certainly find Trump guilty. Prosecutors never talk like that unless they are absolutely sure. Smith didn't say possible. He didn't say we'll see. He said the evidence supports a conviction, with witnesses, with documents, with Trump's own words. And this changes the entire landscape, because now everyone knows what's coming. Not maybe, not someday, not if charges are filed. Smith said charges are coming. Trump will be indicted. Trump will be arrested. Trump will face trial. And Trump will likely be convicted. This is no longer a political prediction. It's a legal certainty. And inside Trump's circle, they know it. They know this isn't the Mueller report. This isn't an investigation that fizzles out. This isn't something that can be ignored or spun or delayed forever. This is a finished, locked-in criminal case. And the only thing standing between Trump
My lights
and a
should be
federal
way
courtroom
up.
is time. Time that's running out. And that ticking clock is what's driving everything now. Because Trump knows exactly what Jack Smith is saying. He knows the case is ready. He knows the evidence is airtight. He knows the grand juries were prepared to indict him. And he knows the moment he's no longer...
He knows. He knows. Hold on, let's go to this one. Yeah. My lights ain't where they need to be. But I said I was going to show this one, and I will. And then, yeah. My tea too hot, boo-boo. This tea too hot for my lights not to be where they need to be. Homie, don't play that. Homie, don't play that. Homie, don't play that. Let's hear this. Let's hear this one. Ooh.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Norm and Katie's Legal Fight Club. Katie, what's our motto?
Oh, they smell.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode
Hey.
of Norm and Katie's Legal Fight Club. Katie, what's our motto here?
Well, normally what happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club, but here at Legal Fight Club, we bring you all of the insight, all of the analysis, all of the inside baseball, so that you can take that information and spread it far and wide. And Norm, today, we are here to talk about one of your favorite topics. It's technically called the Supreme Court of the United States, but you have a better name for it.
I call it the Supreme MAGA Tribunal because they so often fail us. But friends, today we're going to give you an overview of some of the main cases, and we're going to talk about the secret formula, Donald Trump's kryptonite at the Supreme Court of the United States, and you have made it possible for that case to exist. So Katie, let's start in the beginning. There's a big case at SCOTUS today before we get to that bombshell.
Hi, Jeffrey.
And that is the slaughter case. The MAGA Supreme Tribunal is going to slaughter independent agencies in the federal government, and they're going to slaughter affordability for all Americans. Before we talk about how we're going to deal with this issue and how the other case that we have where we think we're going to win, Katie, what is going on in that slaughter case?
Well, it's yet another push by Donald Trump to push the outer limits of how we defined what the executive is allowed to do. And in this instance, Trump just fired a member of the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and Rebecca Slaughter is the name of the commissioner who had been appointed by former President Biden to serve on the FTC. And the idea, Norm, is it possible for the executive to exercise this type of authority to just summarily fire somebody who is in an independent commission like the FTC? I mean, look, Norm, this putting aside whether Trump understands how trade works in the first place. We've seen how he works vis-a-vis the tariffs, but the tariffs are kind of relevant here too, right? I mean, we have to be able to see
that certain organizations and entities have the independence to run themselves
Antichrist.
without undue political influence. This idea of stacking agencies or commissions that are incredibly important for all Americans with just insiders or loyalists or people that are yes men or yes women. And so the Supreme Court of the United States is hearing oral arguments today, and John Sauer, who a lot of us know, Norm, the guy who said that it was okay for a president to dispatch SEAL Team 6 to assassinate political opponents because, you know, when you're the president, you can do whatever the hell you want to do, is now saying the same thing today to SCOTUS.
And here's why it matters if Donald Trump claims the illegal authority to fire the head of the Federal Trade Commission. The FTC and other independent agencies in the federal government are there as consumer watchdogs, among other things. A president should not be able to tamper with them. Donald Trump, for example, has destroyed affordability in our country. The latest thing, he's taken money away from your and my health care, and he's given that money as tax breaks to billionaires, make healthcare more expensive for the rest of us. He's in cahoots with the companies. Well, guess what? If the companies in this federal trade can buy Donald Trump off by making a large contribution to the ballroom, who pays? You do. And the FTC, as an independent agency, could push back on that. Donald Trump is trying to tear that down. He wants control. It means things are going to be much more expensive for you. That's why the American people are so upset with him. And unfortunately, we'll see what happens at the Supreme MAGA Tribunal. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to tear that down. But the good news is that's not the only case that the Supreme Court has. And there are several other cases. Next up, Katie, say a word about the tariffs case, because we think that's another place where Donald Trump has made things much more expensive for you and me, Katie, for all Americans. But maybe he's going to get some Supreme Court pushback.
Yeah, so it's another idea that the executive, like the President of the United States, who has absolutely no business meddling in this particular issue, his introduction of words into federal statutes and the idea that he can just summarily decide that he wants to increase tariffs even though he doesn't have the right to be able to do so. The Supreme Court of the United States is weighing whether or not that is something that the President of the United States can do. And, you know, Norm, it kind of fits thematically with what we're seeing here, not only with the slaughter case with the FTC, but the tariffs case. And then we also have Trump versus Illinois, the federalization of the National Guard and people and troops to be able to go into the American cities. This is, again, the exercise of the executive branch flexing, seeing how far
we're going to have to pay.
Move its power to be able to invade other spheres of control and other branches of government.
And in addition to Trump possibly lining up to lose on the tariffs case, which will be a big sigh of relief to all Americans, because the tariffs are just a consumer tax. It's why everything is so much more expensive. It's why the Americans are fed up, Katie. And they don't want the National Guard in our streets either, in our cities.
Nope, get your ass out.
That is not something the American people are interested in. There's no invasion in the streets of our cities that has I'm not seeing any Venezuelan tanks. That doesn't justify deploying our American military in our cities. Then we come to another big Supreme Court case, and this is the one we wanted to talk to you about most of all, and that is the birthright citizenship case. Because when you are a paid subscriber to The Contrarian, you support our role. We've been active across all litigation fronts at Democracy Defenders Fund, more than 225 matters. Katie, tell the people about the birthright citizenship case to bring us home on this episode of our Legal Fight Club.
Well, this is a case that Democracy Defenders Fund has been working as lawyers, as co-counsel with the ACLU and others to be able to make sure that Donald Trump's executive order that he signed on day one of his presidency the second time around. This idea that there's no such thing as birthright citizenship, that the 14th Amendment just doesn't have any teeth, Norm, and it just doesn't exist. This case is important because the lower courts have found what? That Trump can't be doing this. And so, Norm, I actually kind of want to turn this back on its head a little bit and go back to you for a second, because I think, Norm, that this case is being taken up by the Supreme Court, even with the uber conservative 6, to be able to send a message to Donald Trump that says, listen, man, there's certain things you cannot meddle with, and there's certain things you cannot do. Do you think it actually sends a big signal? Either way, I guess, Norm, that the Supreme Court agreed to take up this case.
Well, Donald Trump claiming that he, not the Constitution, not the laws, not the practice in the United States all these centuries, not the decisions of the Supreme Court, but he, Donald Trump, gets to choose, Katie, which babies born here are citizens and which not. No, that is not the law. And all indications are that the Supreme Court has taken this case in order to put a brake on Donald Trump's run-amok assault on the 14th Amendment. We'll see what happens. You can never predict for sure. And certainly we've had some
Hold on. I think I just saw one other thing I want to see before I go. One more. Stuff just keep popping up. Lord. Hot mic. What was he saying on the hot mic? When was this? Congress demands Trump arrest after judge unsealed. Say what now? Yeah, that may be too long. I don't know you. I don't recognize you. Let's see this. That's your young buck.
Stop using Stripe or Square. Use this instead. Tired of losing profits to high credit card processing fees?
Entire fascistic attempt to prosecute his political opponents is I want to play for you the moment a pissed off Donald Trump was caught on a hot mic directly after his cabinet meeting today because his entire fascistic attempt to prosecute his political opponents is crumbling from the top down and from the bottom up. Both the Letitia James court case and the James Comey court case were thrown out. The same day, Alina Habba and Lindsay Halligan were both found to have been unlawfully appointed to their positions, and just today, Alina Habba was forced to resign. Just to break this all down, and the stakes of this, MAGA lawyer Alina Habba has been forced to resign as New Jersey's top prosecutor after an appeals court found she was serving in her position unlawfully. And another blow for Donald Trump's DOJ, the president's former personal attorney announced on Monday she had stepped down from her role as acting U.S. attorney for the district, suggesting she was a victim of the, quote, politicized left. This caused an immediate meltdown from Donald Trump, just yelling about this.
Okay, what else?
Yeah, Alina Habba says she's stepping down as U.S. Attorney for the District of New Jersey after the courts disqualified her. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, she's not disqualified. You've got a blue slip thing that's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
First of all, his skin tone makes him look sickly. I know he's obsessed with having this gold tone.
He wants to be bronze.
In his hair
he wants to be bronze.
It makes him look sickly at this point. It's not looking good.
He makes him look bronze.
It's a horrible
He want to be
thing.
black.
It makes it impossible to appoint a judge or a U.S. attorney, and it's a shame.
He wants to be
and the
black.
Republicans should be ashamed of themselves that they allowed this to go on.
For the District of New Jersey after the courts disqualified her. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, she's not disqualified. You've got a blue slip thing that's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
First of all, his skin tone makes him look sickly. I know he's obsessed with having this gold tone.
He wants to be bronze, like it says in the Bible. He wants to have the inheritance.
It makes it impossible to appoint a judge or a U.S. attorney, and it's a shame. And the Republicans should be ashamed of themselves.
No, you the thief. You ought to be shamed.
Because I can't appoint a U.S. attorney that's not a Democrat. because they put a block on it. So if you appoint in Virginia or in New Jersey or in California a U.S. attorney or a judge, I mean, a judge situation is ridiculous. The only people that you can get by are Democrats because they will put a hold on it. If I put up George Washington,
do that mean they got more power than you?
to be U.S. attorney?
Does that mean they got more power than you?
Or to be U.S. attorney in Virginia, we have Democrat senators. They will not approve them. And this is a gentleman's agreement.
They got more power than you.
For too long, and it doesn't make it, especially in light of what's going on today.
Okay, first of all, it's not a gentleman's agreement. It's a legitimate process that all presidents have to go through.
They got more power than you.
Donald Trump is just raging because there is a check on his ability to prosecute his opponents. When he tries to put somebody like Alina Habba in any position, Democrats are the only ones
they
with
not
enough
falling for
spine
your
in the
trick no
Senate to
more.
actually say, wait a minute, you can't just put your former personal attorney into
He
a
said
high
the
position of
Democrats are
power.
smarter
You
than
can't
he
just put Lindsey
is.
Halligan in the Eastern District of Virginia into a position of power when she had never stepped foot in a position.
They not
Democrats
believing
are-
your bullshit no more. They say, "Oh, you shit on yourself too much. We can't tolerate your shit no more." They won't let me have my way. They won't let me have my way. You better be glad I can't scratch, cause I was finna go. We laughing at you, mashed potato head. We laughing at you, mashed potato head. Woo! Yes, indeed. Look how he looking. Like, yeah, nigga. We got you. Let's go. We got you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at him. You want to cry. They laughing at me. I can hear AunTeaFee laughing at me. She laughing at me. She laughing at me. Yes, I sure am.
process that all presidents have to go through. Secondly, Golden Donald
Woo!
Trump is just raging.
Golden.
There's a
He trying to
check
be
on
black,
his
y'all.
ability
He
to
trying to get that
prosecute his opponents.
bronze.
When he tries to put somebody like Alina Habba in any position,
He trying to get to that
Democrats are the only ones
bronze.
with enough spine in the Senate to actually say, wait a minute, you can't
A
just
prison,
put
a
your former
princess.
personal attorney into a high position of power. You can't just put Lindsey Halligan in the Eastern District
Oh
of
my
Virginia
goodness.
into a position of power when she had never stepped foot in a courtroom before. She had broken all of the rules, and then she was thrown out. Her ass was thrown out because she was illegally appointed, unlawfully appointed. So Donald Trump is mad that both Cory Booker and Andy Kim of New Jersey said, hey, wait a minute, Donald Trump's personal attorney does not deserve
It's
to be
a
in this
no.
position. And essentially, the blue, if you're confused about the blue slip, let me just explain the timeline. Trump appointed Habba as the acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey in March of 2025.
Reject.
A 120-day period while she's in power, while they go through the process in the Senate. He had nominated her for the permanent post, but her nomination failed to get the support needed in the Senate. So after the 120-day interim term expired, her appointment was done for. It was done for. Now, the administration then tried to reinstall Habba via weird
They say
DOJ
Donald from the
maneuvers
past
that are
too. They gave him
illegal
3
and
to 5
slimy.
months.
And the court said, you can't do this. The 120 days are up. We have to appoint a court-appointed career prosecutor who actually knows what they're doing. And that is what
Did
Trump
he
is
pass or
explaining.
did
That's what
they
he's mad about. He doesn't
unalive
fully
him?
understand the process because the blue slips aren't fully involved, but they kind of are. He's just pissed off overall. Everybody, as the holidays are coming up, I've been trying to get better and better at cooking, and I'm not bad. But something that really helped level up my game was Hexclad.
So this girl went viral from growing back her bald spot.
Did he die naturally or did they take him out?
Told us which oil would grow our hair.
They call it. Let me introduce you to Hexclad's hybrid stainless.
Not too long ago, Epstein's former attorney.
So this season, don't just shop
passed.
for gifts. Give the up.com. Top of the link. Lying. He's caught lying Let me show you a moment where Donald Trump is then lying. He's caught lying during the same White House cabinet meeting. Then I'll show you him caught on the hot mic.
Mr. President, you said that you would have no, Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of
Glow
that
in the
strike
dark.
on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela.
He's asked about releasing the Pete Hegseth strike that happened on September 2nd. I'll show you the video where he said he'll release the entire strike. But watch, he lies about what he said.
Secretary Hegseth now says,
What?
You said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
you said that you would have no problem releasing the full bit. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth,
Whatever Hegseth wants to do is okay with
he
me.
now says it's under review. Are you ordering the secretary to release that full video?
Whatever he decides is okay with me. So every boat we knock out of the water, every boat we save 25,000 American lives.
No, you don't.
That was a boat loaded up with drugs. I saw the video.
That's a fake number. Even if we granted that number, if every boat saves 25,000 American lives,
They didn't come
Donald
here.
Trump pardoning the former Honduran president
Exactly.
who trafficked 500 kilos of cocaine into the United States, I believe costs about 4.5 million United States lives.
Mhm.
But when he gaslights that reporter and claims he never said that about the strikes in the footage, listen to what he said.
I never heard of it. Very good. We never heard of it. That's pretty good.
Mr. President, you released video of that first boat strike on September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves what
I
happened?
don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release. No
Whatever they have, we'd certainly release.
problem. You know, we stopped every boat we knock out. We save 25,000.
And then he uses the same talking point. This guy is like ChatGPT, just the same salesman talking points over and over and over. Jesus Christ, look at this guy's skin tone. It's so
Oh, he's trying
incredibly
to
bad today. But check this out. Former Trump attorney Alina Habba resigns as top federal prosecutor in New Jersey. This is what had Trump pissed off. Habba said in a statement posted on social media on Monday that she was not quitting in the face of legal challenges, but instead resigning to, quote, protect the stability and integrity of the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay, Alina Habba. The decision will not weaken the Justice Department and will not weaken me, she said, adding that she will remain with the DOJ as a senior advisor to the Attorney General for U.S. attorneys. Habba's decision comes as the Justice Department has lost a string of court cases ruling that U.S. attorneys have not been appointed legally. Republicans on Twitter are super mad. They said, breaking, Alina Habba just resigned as U.S. Attorney for New Jersey after activist judges blockaded her appointment. Dude, she was illegally, unlawfully appointed by Donald Trump after her 120 days had passed. Her 120 days had passed. She didn't get the blue slip from the two senators that she wanted. And then Donald Trump tried to subvert the Senate in a fascistic way by consolidating power and just appointing her anyway so he could go after his opponents. It's disgusting. She will return if the DOJ wins in court. Guess what? The DOJ is not winning in court. This is why Donald Trump was caught on a hot mic saying this. You can hear his voice ringing through the effing halls of the White House.
Hey, Jeff. Thank you, You know I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody.
Let me go back. He says, can you give me a blue slip? I can't appoint anybody.
Hey, Jeff. Thank you, You know I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then there is a fall. And then we'll lose the case.
Why is he screaming? Everybody I appoint, it expires. The time is expired. The system's working as it can. He's essentially implicitly admitting that he can't find good enough candidates to pass through the actual process, the actual system. So he's screaming about not being able to get anyone. Let me play it.
I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then there is a fall. And then we'll lose the case.
Then they end up
I like how
out.
as they walk away, his voice slowly trails off as he's raging about the blue slips over and over and over. Here's
And then
Trump
they end
continuing
up
to melt
out.
down.
Because I don't know, people aren't liking to drive boats right now loaded up with drugs. But every single, think of that, every single boat we shoot out, on average,
Big fat crybaby.
25,000 American lives. Do you feel okay about that, Gordon?
Keep us safe.
Okay, I know my man. What about you, Bill?
This isn't even true. The boat that they shot down, or they struck in the ocean, rather, on September 2nd, wasn't even going to the United States. It was going to South Africa. It was going to a country named Suriname. Not even to the United States. We double-tapped this boat, and listen, every American should be in favor of minimizing the amount of drugs coming into the United States, but we need to do it in a way that upholds the rule of law domestically and internationally and protects our own Soldiers. We have soldiers that are out in other countries, that are out in the sea right now. When we lower the bar for the rule of engagement, when we lower the standard for what's okay to engage with, then that therefore puts our troops at risk. I'm gonna leave it there. If you appreciate these videos, drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, why would you buy your health and wellness products from a company that doesn't
Y'all,
specialize
what
in health
about
and
the
wellness?
tea?
Silly. When you buy from iHerb, your products are sourced
What
directly from
about the
manufacturers.
tea? What about the tea? What about the tea? What about the tea?
Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. Here is Republican Congressman Don Bacon saying he's seen all he needs to see.
After Signalgate, I think I've seen enough. What I really wanted to see was someone take responsibility, own up to a mistake, and then when he blamed the media or the journalist for the story, it ruined his credibility. And he had some issues going into the hearings.
What credibility?
So let's give him a fair chance. But what I've seen is what I call just a poor decision making.
A hot mess.
There are more calls.
It's called a hot mess. What you see is a hot mess.
Boat strikes in the Caribbean, including the highly controversial second strike, which killed 2 shipwrecked sailors who survived the first strike. Just a handful of congressional lawmakers have seen the footage of that second boat strike. Pete Hegseth was asked about whether or not he's willing to make the video public over the weekend. Here was his response to the question.
President Trump said he would have no problem if the full video of the strike is released. When can we see that video? When will you release it?
We're reviewing it right now to make sure sources, methods, it's an ongoing operation, TTPs. We've got operators out there doing this right now, so whatever we were to decide to release, we'd have to be very responsible about it.
You heard the reporter say that Trump would have no problem releasing the video of the second strike. That's because that's what Trump said out loud. And just to remind all of you, here's Trump saying just that.
You released video of that first boat strike
Line
on
ass.
September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves what
I
happened?
don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release, no problem.
Just last week, whatever they have, we'd certainly release it, no problem. That's a quote. Well, in the last hour, Donald Trump, the guy who just said that, we played it for you, quote, that would be no problem, releasing the video of the second strike, was confronted with what he said not 1 week ago. And here's how he reacted when pressed on his commitment to his own words to release the video.
Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of that strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. Secretary Hegseth now says...
You said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
You said that you would have no problem releasing the full video. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth...
Whatever Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
He now says it's under review. Are you ordering the Secretary to release that full video?
Whatever he decides is okay with me. So every boat we knock out of the water, every boat we save 25,000 Americans.
He said that wasn't me.
You said that you would have no problem with the video of that strike on
his own words to release the video.
Mr. President, you said you would have no problem with releasing the full video of that strike on September 2nd off the coast of Venezuela. Secretary Hegseth now says...
You said that. I didn't say that. This is ABC fake news.
You said that you would have no problem releasing the full video. Okay, well, Secretary Hegseth...
He said, okay, whatever.
Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
She said, okay, whatever.
Are you ordering the Secretary to release that full video?
Whatever he decides is okay with me. So every boat we knock out of the water, every boat we save 25,000 American lives.
He can't keep his lies straight.
Loaded up with drugs.
The other, listen, y'all know that he has several, what is it called? Doubles, and he got a couple of them reptilians. So one of them said it. He didn't say it. Y'all ain't figured it out yet. He got doubles. Different people kind of fill in for him. They say he got about 7 of them. Yeah, so that's why he could say it wasn't me. I didn't say that. You said that. Where you get that from? That wasn't me. That was my twin. That was my double. That was my animal. Whatever that creature from the Black Lagoon. That was him. It wasn't me. Are you lying to me? Oh yeah, can't you see them eyes are different? Yeah, that you could tell by the eyes. That one ain't me. That's that reptilian.
That was a boat loaded up with drugs.
Hey Vicky.
Admitted to releasing the full video?
Didn't I just tell you that?
You said that it was
You're
up
the
to
most
Secretary Hicks.
obnoxious reporter in the whole place. Let me just tell you, you are an obnoxious, actually a terrible reporter. And it's always the same thing with you. I told you, whatever Pete Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
So
him mad. You again. It's always you. Why are you fucking with me? You know they on my ass.
Later in the Special Forces Group. She was also captain of the JAG Corps and is a former assistant U.S. attorney for the District of Connecticut. She's now a visiting lecturer at Yale Law. Claire is still with us. I don't want to zoom past what just happened because I don't ever want it to be normal. I have a daughter, I have a son, and it should never be normal that the leader of the free world, well, two things should never be normal.
He don't want it to be free no more.
One, Donald Trump is the commander-in-chief, and he doesn't remember what he said about releasing the video, the second strike, 4 days ago. So if I said something on TV today that was the opposite or didn't remember what I said on Thursday, I know the names of the right-wing bloggers who would be asking the question, did she forget or did she misspeak? And it's a fair question.
And is it time for her to sit down?
Misspeak.
Because she don't know what the hell she's saying.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing
Him having a
the
meltdown
two-day
today
process.
was
lot
not
of
a good
times
day for him.
I could not pretend to know what is going on in the president's mind.
He don't
I
know.
will say this: we need transparency. When you have a Secretary of Defense who is
He needs some omega-3
and pointing
and
at the
some
other guy
mushrooms.
when there is a scandal like this, when there is a very serious situation that requires stability and sobriety and calm-headed thinking in an emergency.
You know I ain't no good, natural and knowledge.
Boat strike. You cannot have a lack of leadership like Secretary Hicks.
He can't remember.
And his chain of command above him have displayed. So I think that the only way that the public is going to have answers and to be able to understand this is if we have a release of the strike.
He said, I can't win. They won't let me keep nobody in.
I used to work airstrikes.
I need a blue slip.
Those are not enjoyable videos, but you cannot use these videos for content on your social media feed for months and now suddenly say that there are some.
And that lady he was trying to go in on was black.
You can release it. I think
think.
you just have to bear responsibility for your decisions, and we're not seeing that here. And to your point, you know, the Secretary of Defense, this might be one of the most important cabinet decisions. In my personal opinion, it is the most important cabinet position. And we cannot have our sons and daughters serving in uniform right now to somebody who does not take responsibility, who goes back on his word, who you know, is unclear about directions, whether it's the president or the secretary, and who isn't going to be transparent.
He
with
said, I need a
something
blue
as serious
slip.
as this.
I'm losing.
The second thing I wanted to hit pause on with both of you is, and never normalize, is the verbal violence, the verbal assault on another female journalist. He called ABC's Rachel Scott today, quote, obnoxious and terrible.
It's always you.
He called Caitlin Collins, quote, stupid and nasty. On November 27th, he said, are you stupid? To CBS journalist Nancy Cordes.
You should have said, are you black with all that orange, bronze ass skin on your face?
On November 18th, he called ABC's Mary Bruce.
It's always a female.
Insubordinate.
He don't like females.
Sure.
He like that
November
pickle.
14th, he told a Bloomberg reporter, quote, quiet piggy. This is sick shit. This is sick. And anyone in the room is in the room to do a job for their viewers or their readers, but they should go home tonight and think about whether their sisters or their daughters.
See, it could be me. I start laughing at him.
Their sons or their husbands or their fathers.
I would start laughing at him.
And
And man, you know you.
Next time he calls a female journalist,
You know you lying.
obnoxious, terrible, stupid, nasty, stupid, ugly, terrible, insubordinate, or
Yeah, that orange shit on your face is ugly, stinky, and nasty. Have you smelled yourself?
Being on TV. And maybe if they said, you know what, we're going to have some solidarity like they did with him wanting to change the names of oceans. I mean, we're either going to normalize this, and then you're going to hear all sorts of prominent people calling women all sorts of names. I'm sure by the time I get off TV, I'll have a few of those myself. But we're either going to normalize
I
this
said
and
for
usher
you.
in an era
He's
of
an ugly,
unprecedented
nasty,
misogyny,
funky
or that
predator.
escort is going to act as men and
What I
settle down.
what I call him? Sapsucker.
And, you know, he does it when he gets caught in a lie.
Right.
And I think the captain was being, as I
Right.
would expect, measured.
When he get caught in a lie,
and strong in the way
then he'll start
was
saying
being,
fake
as I
news.
would expect, measured and calm and strong in the way she
Start laughing at his
answered the
ass.
question. Did he just forget or did he misspeak? No, he lied. And he, yeah, and you know, he does it when he gets caught in a lie. And I think the captain was being, as I would expect, measured and calm and strong.
Start
in the
laughing
way
and call him
she
mashed potato
answered
head.
your question, did he just forget or did he misspeak? No, he lied. And he lies so often, that is what has become normal. He thinks he can get away with lying if he attacks the person who's pointing out that he's lying. And, you know, Eric Schmidt, the senator from Missouri, you showed the clip earlier in the program, where when he was confronted with a difficult question, he attacked George Stephanopoulos. You saw Marjorie Taylor Greene do the same thing on 60 Minutes when she was asked a tough question. They are teaching young people that if you get a question you don't like, that will hold you accountable, you either lie or you attack the person asking the question. That's what they're normalizing. And it's very, very sad for people who are supposed to be mentors and role models in terms of how you serve the public.
They'll have to put me out. I hurt his feelings.
That they used all this footage
I seen his ass.
as a social media video game for the guy who says we're trying to make him into a cartoon. Well, he is kind of a cartoon. He's an insecure man, and he thinks he needs.
I would say, your brother came to me in my dream, and he told me whenever you start all that lying shit, he said, call him Pinocchio with mashed potatoes on his head. Pinocchio, cause he don't do nothing but lie. He been lying all his life. And call him a mashed potato head, cause I dumped a whole bowl on his head. It was just dripping. And he was so trifling, he didn't even try to get it off. He just sat there, folded his arm, started pouting and crying like, mashed potatoes on my head. So, am I to assume, Mr. President, Mr. Potato Head, I'm sorry, Pinocchio, mashed potato head, can I assume you don't have an answer and that I just caught you in a lie? Because every time your ass get caught lying, you turn oranger and your nose grow. And that big old, them black heads, white heads, whatever that cluster of goop on your forehead, it just starts to go in. And you just start like you finna start growling like you a monster, like you turning into the Hulk but orange. What is that? A giant pumpkin or something? Yeah. Are you lying? Are you lying? They had to put me out. They had to put me out. Yeah. He said that you are a big old, you ain't no pumpkin. You really a mashed potato. Yeah, but you got on a pumpkin disguise. Yeah, like a wolf. So you're not a wolf right now in sheep clothing. You a liar. You a pumpkin with mashed potatoes on your head. You Mr. Mashed Potato Head. Master Potato Head. He had to put me out. I ain't lying, y'all. He had to put me out.
Social media to prop
Woo.
him up. He's using all that video for them to now say
Woo.
they can't show the second strike because of sources and methods. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What?
They know they done fucked up.
You showed it all. Anybody who's running a boat through their nose. So this notion that they're using this excuse on the second video, you know why they're not showing that second video? They're showing the second video because they don't want you to see it. Because it is ugly.
They say it's bad.
Yeah, they're not showing the second video because
They say it's bad.
Congressman Jim Himes and others said it shows.
It's bad.
I
A sour patch. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta charge up. Our Candace is on tonight. I haven't. We gotta listen to Candace. Baby, I hope that tea was hot for y'all today. We done had a tea party, a Jasmine party, a jazz fest. We done had a pep rally. We done had court. Baby, we done went to impeachment. 7 articles have been activated. Activated. It's what, AunTeaFee? Activated. Woo! Activated. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's activated, baby. It's activated. 7 articles? Is that a record? Is that a record? Is that a record? Look at that reptilian down here. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah. 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 Your eyes didn't used to look like that, so. Oh, one more thing. No, one more thing. One more thing. One more thing. We got, is there a doctor in the house tonight? 5 heartbeats. Is there a doctor in the house tonight? Y'all know I ain't no good. And I'm on some sugar right now too, baby. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm on some sugar. Baby. Did not save it. He gave him 3 to 5 months. He gave him 3 to 5 months. And look at this reptilian here. Y'all see them eyes? What it say? What it say?
And for some lizards, lizards, where are you little lizards,
Lizards?
where are you little lizards, lizards, where are you little lizards, where are you little lizards, where are you little lizards, going searching for some lizards, we going searching
for some lizards,
we going searching
for the lizards.
Where are you little lizards, where are you little lizards,
Lizard.
where are you little lizards, where are you little lizards, where are you little lizards, going searching for some lizards,
Going searching.
going searching for some lizards,
Going searching.
searching for some lizards,
Lizard. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where is this man? Where is he? Lizard. Where you at? Lizard. He say he got 3 to 5 months. Where is the doctor? Doctor. Did I save it? He said, yeah. All that sleeping is, he got triple, double band-aids and shit on his hand. Where is it at? Did I save it? Yeah, he said for the infusions that he getting infusions. Another Trump supporter. Messing with kids. Yeah, hold on. Get your ass over here. Let's look at you. Yeah. Oh, you don't want me to see, you don't want the people to see you. Where you? Yeah, get your ass over here. Look at that crap. You have the nerve to be an anti-LGBTQ Texas Trump supporter. Hugh Haynes has been arrested for trying to solicit sex from a child. Cold Spring, Texas. 35. Was arrested alongside 5 other men in a multi-month undercover operation by the Livingston Police Department aimed to curb online solicitation of minors. Livingston, that's where that guy got caught who took out Lil Ronnie in Fort Worth. He was hiding out in Livingston, Texas. Yeah. Lizzie, where are you at? Lizzie, where are you at? Gizza. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find that dude. I may have dropped it. He gave me 3 to 5 months. He said that's his fear. Oh, even let's hear Hollywood icon.
The entire planet has fallen off a cliff into
pretty woman
where
walking down the street.
This is a small planet. We have to work together and live together, and we can do that. The bad guys exploit the illusion of differences. You really think these refugees and immigrants are different than us? Do you really believe what these clowns like Trump, Orban, Netanyahu, Putin really believe?
He called out Netanyahu and Putin?
Or do you look at your heart and you go, wow, no, the world isn't like that. It's all there. If we can remove the stupid stuff that most of these bad guy leaders are dumping on us, get rid of that, the crud, and go back to who we really are, which is really profound kindness inside of us. The entire planet has fallen off a cliff into the stupid zone.
Hollywood icon Richard Gere calls Netanyahu, Putin, and Trump clowns.
Together and live together, and we can do that. The bad guys exploit the illusion of differences. Do you really think these refugees and immigrants are different than us? Do you really believe what these clowns like Trump, Orban, Netanyahu, Putin, really believe what these guys say?
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. To the no. Here go another one. When teacher fights to keep drag queens in school and the Bible out of school, we need new teachers. In Oklahoma, mega pastor Michael Martin has been arrested on a molestation allegation by a minor. On September 22nd, 2025, Van, Oklahoma, police received a report alleging that Michael Martin, 74-year-old geezer, the lead pastor of Zion Baptist Church, had inappropriately touched a 14-year-old girl at the church. What did Bibi Netanyahu say he was going to push this Zionist shit through? To turn believers into non-believers? Okay. Is this it? He got his hand circled. Maybe this is it. No, that ain't it. They say he got... Are they trying to say he got on some fake gloves? Okay, yeah, I was trying to find it. I thought I had pushed it over here. I'm sure I did. Oh, here we go. It says the Epstein hoax. Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly spotted living the billionaire life in Israel. This was 4 days ago. He has been spotted. Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly spotted living his best life. He said, I ain't going back and forth with you, Trump. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back and forth with you, Trump. I'm living my best life. And I'ma let them put your ass in jail. I'm living my best life. I'm sending all the emails because I'm living my best life. That's what they say. Yeah. I mean, that looks like a pretty damn good. If that's a clone, it's a pretty good looking one. Yeah. Yeah. I've been over here sitting with all this good tea over here. What she say? Oh, I want the guy. Oh, I need to say this for Candace.
My name is Amanda.
I need to save Amanda. She turning point. She turning point. I need to say that one for Candace. Where is the guy? Let me see now. All them people in here. I gotta say this one for a day. All them people in here who want to act like they smarter than us.
Do you know the first black public high school in America that outperformed every white school in the country? But the government destroyed it on purpose. They don't tell you this, but there was a school so successful, so brilliant, so
They don't want us to know about this.
Do you know the first black public high school in America that outperformed every white school in the country? But the government destroyed it on purpose. They don't tell you this, but there was a school so successful, so brilliant, so unstoppable, that it scared the entire system. Founded in 1870, just 5 years after slavery, Dunbar High School became the first black public high school in the United States. Dunbar wasn't built on money. It was built on discipline, community, and impossible standards in a country that expected black students to fail. By the early 1900s, Dunbar students scored higher than white schools across Washington, D.C. They were accepted to Harvard, Amherst, Dartmouth, Oberlin, and Brown every year. Dunbar had teachers with master's degrees, PhDs, and Ivy League educations. Black intellectuals who weren't allowed to work anywhere else because of racism. Every student wore professional
Sly,
clothes.
what you talking
Every
about?
class demanded excellence.
What you
Dunbar
talking
produced
about,
more black
Sly?
PhDs, military
You
officers,
believe
and
the hype?
professionals than
You
any school
believe
in the
that
country.
white
But when
propaganda?
segregation
Y'all
ended in
asses was
1954,
pure
the government didn't strengthen.
bullshit. Y'all had to steal to come up. You get your non-educated ass up out of here. Hating ass. Okay, T-Steppers. I gotta go. We gotta come back for Candace. Candace. Y'all mad, y'all mad, y'all mad. Don't be mad. Scratch your ass and get glad. Woo! Yes, indeed, Haunty. Yes, indeed. Look at here, Reptilian. Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. Look at you, constipated. This too much for me. I'm about to shit on myself. This too much for me. Check super chat. And super chat would have popped up. It didn't pop up. Check super chat. Nothing came up on super chat, Vicky. Now if you use super chat, it'll pop up here. Did you put a message on it? No, it didn't go. It didn't go through. Oh, okay, y'all. I guess I have laughed enough. I will be back. I scheduled it for 8:30. I wish I could find that guy. Baby, because he gave him 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 months. Based off of that double bandaged hand. And his blood infusions. And he said that's why he can't stay awake. Okay, I'll be back, y'all. Ooh, baby, the tea was hot. The tea was hot today. If y'all missed this tea, y'all got to go back and watch it.
The United States government is a foreign corporation in relation to the states. It is a separate entity. That's why it sits in something called the District of Columbia.
Well, man, I can't believe he gave him 3 to 5 months.
War has been declared against you, your family, your child, your mother. There isn't anything that you have or ever hope to have that they're not planning on taking away. I'm talking about the oligarchy of evil that controls this country. The American dream is over. The American nightmare is here. The big picture, they want it all. They want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Sheeple. Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We are being led like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evilarchy. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency. On the backside of the dollar bill, you'll find the Illuminati pyramid. Annuit Septus, Novus Ordo Seclorum.
If you look very closely, you will see an owl. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole New Age movement, the New World Order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them.
No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying.
We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug resistant or drug.
I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They simply want to exterminate them. But that they consider them to be...
Okay. I'll see y'all later. 8:30. Bye-bye.